Yes. Yes, indeed. Good morning, Macon, Georgia, Middle Georgia, and everyone else around the whole wide world. This is the Morning Roast live from the house in adjacent downtown Macon, Georgia with RNDB. And what day is it? It's freaking Flash Friday.
Yeah.
October 25th, 2013. It's 8:03 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time in Macon, Georgia. It is 47 or 47 degrees.
47. Oh, shit.
Exactly.
It's cold.
47 degrees outside in Macon, Georgia with a high of 62 and a low of 35.
Well, it's good to have you on. My name's Shane. You're making a big entrance. Why all the Catholics? Why are you screaming? Screech.
Screeching.
Screeching.
Oh, sorry. Just want to wake people up.
Good morning, good time. Good time radio's on. And, of course, our resident nutcase, Michelle Stacy, is Owen right here.
Just rehearsing for sports just in case you fall asleep.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It'll make it very interesting for you.
Yes.
Well, how you doing?
Doing
a
great.
baseball player and a golf club guy at the same time.
Yes.
Like Gilmore.
Yes.
Derek Gilmore.
Yes, my Derek Jeter / Tiger Woods outfit, yes.
Yeah.
Trying to keep myself warm at least and still look good at the same time. I'm just really happy right now. I'm able to use the bathroom in my house. As you know, yesterday we had to leave early yesterday because the plumber was coming to my house because there was some serious leaking. And
hold on, there's a problem.
With the screeching sound.
Yes.
Well.
Okay.
We
got to go off for 1 second.
We got to take it.
All right, you're back.
Okay.
That should be much better.
Is that better? Is the sound better?
Well, yeah, it was unplugged, so it's definitely got to be better.
Okay.
It's unplugged. So that sound was pure sound coming out of your audio.
Derek's blue ball was unplugged.
Thank you, Mr. Hussein. Poor Hussein was trying to let us know like over and over, and we weren't.
Thank you. As we said,
I wasn't getting it.
It's it's 8:06 now here in Macon, Georgia. It's 47 degrees outside. Somewhat sunny. Hopefully it'll be sunny because the high is going to be 62 degrees and the low is going to be 35. So we're going to be close to freezing tonight. So
yeah, it's pretty cold, man.
Definitely get your quilts.
It was cold
ready.
last night.
Oh yeah, very cold.
But you know, this kind of weather makes you want to sleep more.
Okay. 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 We have the video. So what about the audio? Is it better?
Let's see. There we go.
Okay.
Here you go. You're back.
Okay.
It's back.
Great. That's good. Good to know.
All right, so I have a friend of mine. Her name is Veronica Pedraza. She used to be a member of my church back in New York. And she left the church a long time ago and divorced her husband, Claudio. So she just connected with me, and I'm telling her to get on the roast. And of course, she's having the technical problems that we are experiencing. Mm-hmm. So I send her a note back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you know, as I said, I had to leave early yesterday because I had some.
Get your pipes clean.
Yeah, get the pipes clean. Plumbing problem. There was some water leaking in my bathroom as well as in the basement, and it's like. And was really concerned because the water was leaking down, which was a foot away from the toilet. Which is like a foot away from the toilet that I have in the bathroom. So it was like a second.
You don't want to be shit on while you're taking a shit.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be crapping while it's raining, raining piss and stuff. You know.
So they fixed the problem.
Yeah, they fixed the problem. Basically,
and they charge you a big bill.
Actually. Oh yeah, but it was worth it. It was worth it. Why? Because basically the house is over 50 years old.
Yeah. And
basically the pipes are straight up. The reason why the leak was due, it wasn't. Thank goodness they didn't have to bust the wall open, but they just had to replace some pipes because the pipes in that house, or at least in that bathroom, that house is over 50 years old, and they just straight rusted out and just couldn't hold water anymore.
You got a message.
Oh, okay.
50 years ain't so
Not for
old.
me though.
It's not such an old house.
It's your girlfriend,
Oh, okay.
If it was built well,
Priyanka Chopra.
if it was built shitty like they do it today, 50 years is a long time. But 50 years is not a long time.
Oh.
From 50 years ago.
Oh, okay.
50 years from now, they'll be shitty. Yeah. Hello, MP. PP. Good morning, T.L. Wilson is on. Oh, sweetheart, where you
How you
been?
doing, Terry? Yeah, I talked about. I guess I didn't want to go into detail. But, I mean, I wanted to, but I just thought that maybe whatever I said would be just enough to go in, and I was going to go into detail with it in print because you could only, say so much
About?
the proposal, my Indiegogo proposal. I finally got it launched.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Congratulations. Finally. Finally. All right. Now, that is for the movie that you're making.
Yes, Eat Chips and Die.
Eat Chips and Die.
Chips.
Yeah, Eat Chips and Die. Yes.
Yeah, the story, the Sammy Junebug Davis
Davis
Jr. event
Yes.
movie slash Cook County,
Mm-hmm.
rather Cook, the county DA,
Yeah, David Cook.
David Cook, decides to now give the cops who stole and who did all this stuff some time. Making attorney David Davis reacts to a sentencing of a former Macon police officer, Jonathan Graves, on one charge of breach of oath of office and 2 charges of fiduciary theft. So if you remember the lawn equipment,
Yes.
this is the guy. He was going to jail, he got sentenced, and he reacts to it, saying that Cook says crooked cops will do time. Will do time.
Okay.
It's about
So that's-
time.
Yep.
That's why I'm bringing it up, because it is about time, and hopefully we'll get rid of some of these bad cops. Finally, will be out. And I'm not saying there's a whole lot of them, but even if it's one, and believe me, there's more than one. Get rid of them. We don't need them. We
That's true.
need a time of healing and peace,
That's true.
peace of mind.
Definitely.
And we need police officers to step up and get themselves more involved in the community, be a friend,
Yeah.
like they used to do in
We
the
gotta-
old days.
Yeah, we got to close
Let's
the
not fear
gap.
you.
Yeah, we got to close the gap of mistrust.
You know,
Instead
you
of
have
keeping
the
it wide.
authority over us in some weird way. You have the authority of the law over us. So if you have a mindset of you're a tough guy, then be good to your peasants. Be good to the people that you think low of. Be nice. Be nice, right? Like Ricky, and he's nice too.
Yeah, he's nice too.
You be nice.
Be kind.
We be nice.
Be
Yes.
kind.
Because I tell you, it was definitely the pipes were just rusted, and I got so I'm able to use the sink as well as also fix the toilet as well because it was acting kind of crazy too.
Wow. Yeah, that's some shitty situation to be in. To
Yeah.
have to
In more ways than one.
worry about your bathroom caving in on you. That's horrible.
Yeah.
And it could happen.
Not
when
even
you're
able to
taking a
crap
shower.
either. Yeah, in shower too. It's really Speaking of some, I got an update about the situation that happened over at All About Animals. They raised the reward again. It is now up to $18,000.
$18,000. Quite an amount.
Yeah.
Somebody will sell somebody out eventually for 18 grand.
Oh,
The
yeah.
only thing that I was talking about yesterday, I was talking to my friends about this. I said, if you're gonna go for that award, that 18 grand, you better have your ducks in a row. They could come back to haunt you in the ass. They'll start to accuse you of doing it.
Yeah.
So make sure you get the facts straight. Don't go for that 18,000 because it's a lot of money. be the one to actually have seen it. You tell the truth will set you free, and it'll free up 18 grand in your hand. But don't go there trying to think that you're going to get over, because it'll wind up that you're the one that winds up in jail.
Mm-hmm.
You think they're just going to hand you that $18,000? Bullshit. They're going to probe your ass left and right, making sure that you're not part of this whole scandal or scheme.
Yeah, part of the scheme, yeah.
Believe me, and rightly so. So anybody that's going to step up for that 18 grand, you better be ready. It's going to cost you $15,000 in aggravation. Because believe me, they're going to question you from here to eternity before they give you one spit dime of that money.
Yeah, exactly.
May even be a year later. Yeah, the reward is now $18,000. Good morning, Too Much. Yep, so anyway, that's the deal. $18,000 now is a new... I hope they get those sons of bitches, I'm telling you. I mean, I would love for somebody to get caught, whoever did it, whoever they are, if it's more than one. Whoever even knows about it and didn't say shit about it, that's an accessory in itself. So even if you didn't do it, if you know somebody who did it, you don't turn them in, you're a scumbag. You're mean. Yeah. It's just terrible. Anyway. Defense lawyers are going to give a new look to reevaluate the Bibb County DUI cases. Anybody that's gotten a DUI here in Bibb County, you know what I'm talking about. Monday's ruling by the Georgia Supreme Court on the constitutionality of Bibb County sobriety checkpoints has caught the attention of local defense attorneys. Since the ruling, Macon DUI attorney Ann Parman has been very busy. My clients are all calling me, Parman said. The Supreme Court decision claimed Bibb County Sheriff's Office roadblock policy violates the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
And was the roadblock for general purposes of a crime fighting, or was the roadblock for a specific purpose, she asked. That's the question. Yeah, the specific person is to grab a bunch of drunk guys off the road.
Right.
Or people who are high, or whatever they want to charge you with. That's the question that Parham and other DUI attorneys are now asking. Sheriff David Davis said for years the office-written roadblock policy allowed deputies to conduct checkpoints that serve a legitimate law enforcement purposes to fight crime in general. However, thanks to the Williams versus Georgia case ruling, it's not anymore. And our written policies were not up to what the court standards were, Sheriff Davis said. In the case summary, it says, James Williams was stopped by deputies at a downtown Macon roadblock in 2010. Officers alleged that Williams was intoxicated and began to administer field sobriety tests, which he refused. He was arrested and charged for driving under the influence, but due to the vague wording of the Sheriff's Office roadblock policy, the Georgia Supreme Court ruled Williams' traffic stop was unconstitutional and a violation of Williams' Fourth Amendment, the right against illegal seizure, search and seizure, rather. So they violated which amendment? The Fourth Amendment?
Fourth Amendment.
Yeah, the Fourth Amendment. Now we have a new direction from the court, so obviously we're going to revise our policies, David said. We're in the process of doing that right now. And then, of course, it mentions that the roadblocks are required to have a specific purpose, like sobriety, seatbelts, or a license check.
Okay.
Davis said his deputies have made more than 300 DUI arrests already this year, and he estimates that less than 20% of the DUI case are made at roadblocks. Besides the Williams case, Georgia Supreme Court ruled the roadblock case in Cobb County unconstitutional. citing the deputy's procedures and setup. Parham says there will be another factor she will investigate in regards to her clients. There you have it.
Mm-hmm.
So the roadblocks that they were doing, you remember we were talking about this. We had it on the show.
Yes.
They are unconstitutional.
Okay.
Now, the only one that I'm still concerned with is the one up in Gwinnett County where they actually drag you and throw you on a bed on a gurney, strap your arms, and extract blood from you.
Really? When?
But Ed, didn't we have that on our video one time?
Jeez.
Yeah, you were probably out. I don't know if you were out. You were here. What are you
Okay.
talking about? We told that story right here.
Yeah, I just thought it was because when you was talking about the gurney, I thought
Yeah, it was
because
up in somewhere in Gwinnett County.
dang that is kind of messed up when you think
They
of
Gwinnett
strapped
County?
the girl to the gurney to draw blood.
because she resisted arrest or something. I mean, yeah, that is way too. Yeah.
She refused. You have the right to refuse,
Mm-hmm.
which gives you you get your license revoked for a year,
Yeah,
but you go to an administrative license hearing, and then you plead.
they're
guilty.
reinstated.
And 9 times out of 10, the rookie cops show up. The seasoned cops, they never go to the ALS hearings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, anyway, let's do it. I don't care about roadblocks. I'm a pretty white boy. Usually wait me through even when I'm wasted. Sometimes I even have my willy out and just laugh. Haha, I love cops. You're a nutcase.
Crazy.
They masturbating down the road. Cops don't catch.
Wow. But
You know what would happen to you if they did catch you? They'll humiliate your ass.
definitely, no doubt
Put you
about
on camera.
they
All right.
yank you out by your willy.
it. Mm-hmm. Speaking of somebody who
Willie.
probably who feels embarrassed, there's a family from Connecticut. I guess from Ed's old stomping
Connecticut
grounds.
News.
Says
That
that
wacky town of Connecticut.
state of Connecticut. State of Connecticut.
He's from New York. You
Oh,
gotta
okay.
understand. He thinks it's part of New York.
Okay. Well, this is some crazy story right here. A family almost buried the wrong man.
Wow.
Says the family of Jerry Moon wants to know how the wrong body ended up in his casket at his Washington State funeral. Family members were horrified earlier this week when they looked in the casket and saw the body of another man. The Chronicle reported that they hired a lawyer and asked the state Department of Licensing to investigate. Moon, a retired railroad conductor from Castle Rock, died October 13th at Community Home Health and Hospice in Longview at the age of 72. Dahl McVicker Funeral Home in Kelso picked up his body the same day, and Brown Mortuary in Chehalis was transported the body from there a day later. Brown Mortuary manager Daniel LaPlante said the bodies of the two men were mislabeled at the Kelso Funeral Home. His company has changed its policy to require family identification before any services in hopes of avoiding similar problems in the future. LaPlante was reluctant to blame the Kelso home and said he was speaking in hopes of countering incorrect information in news reports. Ken Dahl, president of the Dahl McVicker Funeral Home, would not comment on the case. Moon's son, Brian Moon of Chehalis, said he learned from Dahl that the mixer was discovered that his dad had been cremated. He said his dad feared cremation, didn't want any part of it. He spent a lot of time and money and wanted to be buried next to his father and mother.
There you have it.
But I'm trying to figure out, don't they usually have wakes before they have the funeral service anyway? So if they would have known that was the wrong person, they would have...
Well, look at that kid that was wrapped in the blank in the gym mat.
Yeah, gym
When
mat.
they exhumed his body, they found parts missing and newspaper stuffed into place.
Yeah, so that's nothing
Once your
compared to
body
that.
goes to them, who knows what frick they do with it.
I mean, I'm sure this shit has happened multiple times. I mean, you know, they've been burying people for thousands of years. They make
Yeah.
mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's scary, you know. Look, once I'm dead, you can do whatever the hell you want with the body.
Oh, there was a story where the lady went up and to they finally put the marker on the grave, because usually the marker comes later.
Yes.
And guess what?
Mm-hmm.
The wrong name was listed as the wife.
Oh, jeez, that's bad. That is bad. By the way, did you? What about the story about that woman who was in the army? She was a fan of SpongeBob SquarePants, and she had a tombstone that looked like
SpongeBob. Yeah,
SquarePants.
they told her to take it off.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of SpongeBob, there's this guy that I know. He's in charge of those new houses that they put on Oglethorpe.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Oglethorpe, the new house? That was supposed to be, I thought, for the college.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually selling them.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're actually selling the houses. And I thought they were going to be for the college, for dorms or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know how they make these old houses into like offices?
Right. Yeah.
With a bunch of uptight women working with papers and shit for the college.
Yes. His words, not mine.
Yeah. Well, these are not going to go for that. Actually, they are going to be sold for $100,000 to $250,000.
And they're like Queen, and they're like what, Queen Anne style?
Queen Anne style and Queen Victoria and all those queenie styles.
With gold toilet seats.
Well,
see, that's
the houses have been completely refurbished, and they were moved, literally moved out of the college area into Oglethorpe. So they went from one area, and they drove these houses in one big piece on these rollers. They roll those houses in like drawers in a chest. Just put them right in. And then they built all around it, refixed the house. Now they're selling. This was a project done by Mercer University. How they get involved in building houses or refurbishing houses is beyond me.
They got so much, their fingers into everything in Macon.
Yeah.
Mercer pulls out.
Supposed to be teaching you
Macon
law.
goes in the hole.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
By the way, they are Queen Anne style houses from the 19th century. And they're expected to sell between $100,000 and $250,000. Historic Macon Executive Director Josh Rogers, a nice fella, by the way, said community partnership, Mercer University, and Sierra Development made the move possible. Sierra Development is that company that's building everything downtown. They did the Dannenberg. They're redoing all of Macon. Seems like they're the big honcho. Mercer student Sasha Lagarde moved across the street just as the construction was beginning and says he's impressed with the results. They look brand new, they look clean, and I don't know, they're working hard on it. It's been kind of cool to see them build it. We're going to look at it for next year when we come back to finish. Rogers said he's excited about the prospect of people moving into a property his company has spent so much time developing. He says special attention was paid to preserving the original look of the home, but that has all the modern conveniences. There you go. They're beautiful homes, by the way.
Yeah.
They really are nice looking
Between
homes.
$100,000 and $250,000.
What if they're haunted?
How many? First of all, how many bedrooms or and bathrooms are in it?
Houses like that will probably have, I would say, about way over 4, but you figure 4-bedroom, maybe 6 to 8. I mean, these are big Victorian style houses.
Okay.
Got a lot of rooms. They got pantries. They got all sorts of stuff. Probably a couple of bathrooms. Maybe even 2 full baths and 1 little one. I mean, they vary, but it's a big house. You could take that house and make it 2 apartments.
Wow.
Downstairs and upstairs, and this one has a basement. So
that's incredible.
yeah.
Really.
So anyway, that's coming back to life. So Macon is slowly making a comeback. We're looking at DUIs being relooked at. We're looking at historic homes being built. What else is in the news, Derek?
Well, yeah, there was a Jones County woman whose identity was stolen twice. Not once, but twice. Just trying to get the story ready. Oh, you do? Okay. Yeah, we have the video. It's given by WMAZ's reporter Anita O.
Anita O. Oh.
Oh.
Anita O.
Oh,
Roll
yeah.
that beautiful footage.
First tonight, the U.S. Treasury says $21 billion will be lost to tax identity theft over the next 5 years. Anita O talked with one woman in Jones County about both times her identity was stolen and the chaos it has caused in her life.
Getting your identity stolen once is hard enough to deal with, but imagine it happening again.
I never, ever dreamed that something like this would happen to me.
71-year-old Ella Duncan has been filing tax returns for over half a century. She doesn't use online banking or ATM machines and shreds all documents with personal information. But for the past 2 years, someone used her social security number to file fraudulent tax returns. In March, Duncan received this letter saying the IRS received her tax return. The problem is, she hadn't even filed yet. According to the IRS website, a typical case of identity fraud can take 180 days to resolve before they can send that money. But Duncan's 2011 refund arrived 9 months late in January of last year, and the $1,500 she should get for her 2012 tax return has yet to show up, even though the IRS sent her this letter in April saying they got her identity theft claim.
If there's money due to you, I want it.
Duncan says the IRS has no clear answers each time she calls.
They tell you a different story. So it is so frustrating.
When we called IRS on Thursday morning, a representative told us it'll take another 30 days to process Duncan's request and to release the funds.
You're supposed to do everything, okay, within the 180-day time frame.
The representative also said she could not explain what the holdup was or why. So 204 days later, and counting, Duncan says she's still patiently waiting. Anita O, 13 WMAZ Eyewitness News.
There you have it.
There you have it.
In a nutshell.
Wow.
Yes. Sometimes you got to be really careful because I was.
Hey, let them steal my credit.
They steal my credit, they're gonna have their feelings hurt. I'm telling
You
you.
reminded me of Rosa Parks.
Oh well, yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, there you have it. Poor old woman, and then she getting her ID stolen from her.
Yes. It's
Who would have thunk it?
Twice.
twice.
They double dipped her.
Exactly.
The IRS stands for the Internal Rip-Off Service.
Good to know.
Yeah, it is a risking something. LOL, they are getting crooked. And well, you saw what happened with that whole IRS bullshit. You know what? I don't think it was that politically motivated. I think it's just a bunch of idiots in their mind, those workers having political ideas in their head. I don't think it was like went from the higher up. I think it was just them saying, you know what, we ought to go after those people. Give us something to do during the off season. Who knows?
True. Very true.
But it's just another government that I don't trust when it comes to money and all that. It just doesn't exist. A good stewardship of people's money.
Well, it's kind of funny. People have been paying really income tax really since 1913 for 100 years. Because before then we weren't paying income tax. That was just, I guess that was just a way
Income
to
tax. No, there's income tax, and there's the workman's comp. You gotta pay.
Yeah.
You gotta pay. They gotta pay too, but you gotta pay.
I'm just saying for a
There's all
century
sorts
we've
of
been doing it. Prior
shit.
to before 1913, we weren't even paying tax or what. But I guess it was just a way to get extra money from us.
Yeah.
Squeeze money from us.
Yeah, they got a new way to squeeze money from us now.
Yeah, well, there is. Do you find that a customer
Which
charge
the
you think
Republicans
is so bad?
started. Just
You need
saying.
to call a
But
number
not
of
the way
times
it
to
is.
straighten issues
That's-
out.
There was the way that Republicans brought up was not the way it is now.
Yeah, they don't get
But even
fixed the
still,
first
I
time
mean,
either.
when you read the
Anybody else?
sausage, you don't worry
Yeah.
about how it's. You just worry to let you get it. You just don't want to see how it's made, though.
Yeah, well, problem is that they signed this bill, and I could bring up videos of Democrats saying, "I'm not reading that," and they just signed. They vote yes. They don't even know what they're voting yes on.
Half of those people don't read shit.
Half
They
of
have
them.
staff members who.
I'm getting something from the WMAZ weather weather features, at least from about.
Are we still on the air?
You're back now.
Okay, we're back.
Okay.
In case, I mean, I hope it's not. I hope it's not weather
Somebody's kicking the.
at freezing point. So those who have pets and some very sensitive plants,
Pets and plants.
pets and
bring
plants,
them
bring
in.
them in. Yeah, bring them inside.
Gonna have to move that somewhere because.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on, Saibuki. You're right. It's been acting up a lot the last couple of times that we've been on air.
Well,
Yeah.
no, that plug down there, somebody was kicking it and then knocking it off. That's what was doing that. Because I heard the
Yeah.
static, but
Mm-hmm.
it looks all right now.
All right, well, let's just keep moving on. A Lens Springdale student snatcher arrested. This is the guy that went up to Springvale School, which is a school that Anthony's kids go to,
Right.
Tower of London.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know him as. His kids go to the school. They had a guy, he was trying to snatch these kids. There he is.
Identified as the man as Christian Ogle.
Yeah,
That's
Christian
Ogol.
Oh, he was ogling at the kids.
He's from Nigeria, they
The
said.
68-year-old Nigerian is charged with 2 counts of false imprisonment, simple battery, and attempted kidnapping. Before his appearance for Judge Barbara Harris, Ogle appeared unaware of his surroundings while sitting on a bench. The senior citizen at times exhibited childlike behaviors. He stood up multiple times, touched the back of another inmate's head, fidgeted often, and at times removed his shoe. All the while, the deputies tried to keep order. It's unknown if Ogle has a medical condition. You would think.
Mm-hmm.
He has a medical condition.
Oh yeah.
According to David Gowan, Director of Safety and Risk Management for Bibb County Schools, Ogle was arrested after acting suspiciously around Springdale Elementary students during dismissal around 3:30 p.m. Gowan says Ogle walked onto school property and in an incident happened near the front of the school. Gowan won't say what Ogle allegedly did. However, several parents reportedly chased Ogle to the sidewalk, tackled him, and held him until officers arrived. Yeah, well, according to Anthony's daughter, Elizabeth, he tried to grab a young boy by his shirt, and he tried to grab a young girl by a hair. So he started pulling on this kid's hair, trying to like grab him.
And
That's
yeah, that's
crazy.
what I heard. Yeah, and they said that bond was denied for Ogle, who reportedly speaks Swahili, meaning a court interpreter will be needed for him to plead his case. Ogle is expected to back in court on November 7th to be read his charges.
Yeah, old man.
So hopefully there'll be a translator for him.
That's scary. Yeah, in the schools, you get some weirdo walking up to your kids and start to like trying to drag them out of there. Lord, I say. What else can we say? Nothing else, I guess.
And nothing else. I
How do you
mean,
get in this country?
very good question.
I don't even know what to say. All right. By the way, flu vaccines are now coming in for kids in Bibb County.
Mm-hmm.
So the flu vaccine, it's getting cold out.
Yeah.
It's flu season, or it's gonna be.
If not, well,
I
it's
mean,
definitely
it's
definitely
probably
flu
there,
season,
right?
Yeah.
Macon Bibb Health Department is offering flu vaccination to Bibb County school kids. It's part of the district's flu vaccine program to keep kids healthier during the flu season. It's a good program for really anybody because it's really preventive medicine. When you take a vaccine, especially a flu vaccine, it reduces your chance of getting the flu.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's
Well,
a dead
flu,
virus.
yeah.
It's a dead virus, but a lot of people do get sick after it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so very important. This woman is talking. Why do these people talk so fake? It's very important.
I think it is. I mean, no one wants to be sick.
Keep it real.
It says the freeze warning expires Saturday at 2 p.m. for Buds County and also for Jasper County, and also for Putnam County, according to the WJXA weather alert system. So we're pretty much on freeze warning. I guess all the aforementioned counties that I mentioned, and it'll be on. We'll be on freeze warning until tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow Saturday.
Good to know. By the way, it is amazing when you go to football games. What about bus stops and all that, Bean? You got kids running around. The parents are completely ignoring them. And you're sitting there like wanting to grab that kid and like, shake him up and you give him to his parent. It's like ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how about the guy that slapped the kid on the plane? We covered that story.
Well, that was a little baby. He didn't need to do that.
Yeah, no,
I wouldn't slap the kid.
That was a baby.
I would tell the parent.
It ain't like the baby cussed him out or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
Screw you, these kids nowadays cuss your ass out. Yeah, you motherfucking now, I'll call my mama on you. And if I can find my daddy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ed.
Jeez.
That was the voice of a child.
Yes.
Yeah.
How
Yeah. Yeah, racist rant.
your hug is hanging?
Hey, Manny's on. Okay, we got our crew. Sneakers is on 292. Nord Snack is back. Mohammed Hussein, Manny, I love Mary.
Guten
I'm going
Tag.
backwards, folks.
Nord Snack.
Flappers, Abnormal, Too Much, C.L. Wilson, The Bean, Michelle, Good Time Radio, Sai Buki.
Yes.
Sai Buki.
That's what's up. He's a Star Wars freak.
Okay.
All right, what the hell else is in the news, Derek? It feels like everything is slowing down. I'm in slow mo here.
Well, hopefully we'll bring back its bite, so to speak.
Bring it back.
We got a wing dang doodle of the hour right here, where a man in Athens, and from my old college city town, alma mater, UGA. Well, not at UGA, but in Athens, where the college campus is located in Athens, Georgia. A man was charged with biting a woman's behind in downtown Athens. Yes, indeedy.
Then smell.
Yes, exactly, Chewy. Exactly. Athens Clark County Police arrested a 23-year-old man early Thursday morning yesterday after he allegedly bit a woman's buttocks in a downtown Athens bar.
In the buttocks.
Yep, in the buttocks. Yep.
Yeah, she must have been really wearing something very scantily. And her butt was like bouncing around and the guy couldn't resist.
Well, wait, you
Must
gotta
be
get
twerking.
the rest of the story.
Yeah. David, okay, the suspect, David Franklin Cruz, reportedly also fondled another woman in the bar and had earlier tried to kiss a man and woman outside on the street. An officer on the patrol at about 1:15 a.m. saw a group of people in an altercation at the corner of North Lumpkin and East Clayton Streets and found several bar patrons trying to push Cruz and another man out of the establishment. After placing Cruz in handcuffs, the officer interviewed a 22-year-old woman who, quote, told me that Cruz had dropped to his knees and had bitten her on the buttocks, according to the officer's report. It says, I also met with another victim who would not identify herself, that she told me that she'd been fondled by quote unquote, Cruz, and that she did not want to file charges, and the officer wrote in his report. A bar employee corroborated both women's allegations, telling the officer they had told Cruz and his friend to leave after witnessing Cruz accost the women, according to the report. After Cruz was under arrest, 23-year-old man and a 19-year-old woman approached the officer to say that they had fended off unwanted advances by Cruz outside the bar.
Terrible.
The arresting officer wrote in his report that Cruz had the odor of alcohol on his breath and behaved in a very agitated and uncontrollable manner. Cruz of Ruth Street was charged with sexual battery. He and his friend, a Rayquois resident, were charged with public intoxication and disorderly conduct.
That's a nuisance. That guy walking up, not knowing his boundaries, probably being loud and obnoxious and an asshole, biting on women's butts. I
Probably
could
thought
imagine.
he must be a real big fan of twerking or something.
I just gotta take a bite at it. Arr.
I mean, some of these guys think they got it like that. You know, they drink, they can't handle their liquor, so they start acting out, thinking that they could do that, but violate people's space. Mm-hmm. You walk up to you, bump into you, do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
Bite a woman's ass.
It's so
That's
crunchy.
crazy.
See?
That's why I don't drink. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, in the old days, you know, they call it, that he was the life of the party. I don't want some asshole bouncing around like a maniac, biting on people,
and not to mention trying to kiss somebody,
trying to kiss you and all that. Get the hell out of here!
It's like, yeah, and plus,
sit down over there, you son
and
of a
plus,
bitch.
I don't want no one to be on the record. I don't want no one to bite me on the backside and then try to kiss me. I mean, like,
yes, he probably does need a tetanus shot.
Yeah, probably so. I mean, I don't know where his lips have been, even if it was my behind. I mean, you know, who knows? I'm just
Was
saying.
it? No. Okay.
I'm just, you know, hypothetically speaking. You know, I mean, would you want someone to bite you on the backside then try to kiss you later? I mean, you don't know where his lips have been. I mean, come on.
Thank you. I love Mary.
I mean, do you want to have the taste of crap and liquor on your breath? I mean, smell that? I mean, gee.
I don't know. It depends on whether that person wiped their ass.
Yeah. Hey, it was funny in my head.
Girl, that question. It was funny in your head. It stood stuck in there.
Okay.
It was kind of funny. No, but literally, I mean, first of all, you know, I have to say two things. Mm-hmm. One, that's unacceptable. A guy going up to a woman, irregardless,
or just anybody,
or anybody, and bite their ass. That's unacceptable. Mm-hmm. However,
and then try to kiss.
However, there is a point that some of these women dress up where they almost want you to grope them. I mean, I think that some of them love the idea of just the idea of somebody like walking by them and brushing their very tight thighs and big butts. I believe it. I believe some of these women like that shit. They like being felt up in a bar. They like it. They go home and they masturbate.
Sound like something out of 50 Shades of Grey or something. You know?
I'm just saying.
Jeez Louise.
I'm not a woman. I can't think like a woman. But however, please, give me a break. Some of the shit they wear, and they got these gigantic boobs that are all fake. Why do you think they're doing all that?
Bean says it. Bean says it.
Sexually aroused.
Bean says it. They give the come on, then bitch about what happens because of it. It's like, you know. And Irv says, no matter
how women dresses, never give a guy the right to touch. You're right. I agree, Sabuki. I'm not saying.
But at the same time, you can't dictate the consequences of it. I'm just
right. Yeah. I mean, look. You walk around, you got a beautiful body. Well, the way these women dress today, you can't really tell.
And let's be and to be honest, I mean, not to be the devil's advocate or anything, but it's like this. Sometimes you can't dictate how people are gonna react because some women get upset when you look at them, and you may be the troll. I mean, you may be the ugly troll guy instead of the hunk Brad Pitt, you know,
the ugly broke guy.
Yeah, the ugly broke guy that she wanted the pretty guy that had the money to check her out. So that's like you can't filter that out. It's like she's gonna get upset by people looking at her. She's gonna get upset by people not looking at her. So either way, you're screwed. So and even if she is hot though, I mean, I'm pretty much look at her, but I'm gonna be pissed off because she's gonna be upset because now you're looking at her out of spite, and nobody kind of wins out of it. It's kind of
right. You're Manny. You're right on. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Most women are half naked in clubs.
Yeah.
Even though the word naked.
Yeah, naked. That's the redneck version.
Naked in clubs and wonder why guys are all over.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's your right to dress that way, but you can't dictate how
people react
to it. I mean, yeah, you can. It's your right, but I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, they are comfortable. Wouldn't recommend. It's kind of like me if I won the Powerball or something. I won $40 million, and I just all of a sudden just feel like wearing a tuxedo and rent a limo and go to the seediest part of town, like maybe Bloomfield. Go to the ATM at 2 a.m. and take out like $500 or something. Tell my little she 100, 200, 300. Who in the bushes?
Yeah.
Dang, lost my count. 100, 200, 300. I mean. It's yeah.
Right. No, you're right. If she gets shitty about someone looking at her, she should then wear more. But if she is touched, then she has a right to be
that's
shitty.
a whole.
Right.
Well, see, that's a whole other
That's
different
what I'm
picture right
talking
there.
about.
You see, it's free to look. You can look all day long. It's the touching that gets you in trouble. Always remember that. You can look all day long.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, no, I'm serious. Some of these girls, they do, ladies or women, whatever, they do dress up very provocatively. They incite by the mere look, men's adrenaline rush. All of a sudden, their testosterone is hanging out. And then they wonder why they're mistreated. I mean, it's like, what do you want? You put a steak in front of a lion, he's gonna bite it.
Yeah, there's no vegan lions.
You know?
I mean, come on.
You know, it's called horny, exactly. Oh, I'm just saying. Look but don't stare. Well, yeah, it's not hard to go from the line of looking to staring. The line that's crossed there, what's the difference?
Yeah, where does the line of looking
the line end? Don't you can look at me, but don't stare. Well, how the hell am I looking at you then if I'm not staring at you? Mm-hmm. Can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, most women dress for other women. Anyway, I love to watch women with other women, okay? Call me a freak, LOL. You're a freak. I don't stare, I just look intently. Exactly.
See, but see where your measurement of looking ends and staring begins, it may be in a whole other measurement. You know, maybe 3 seconds or 5 seconds or 10 seconds, and stuff. You know.
Wow.
And if they going by, are they going by the metric system or something like that? You know, is it milliseconds or semiseconds or something like that? You know.
Wow. Well, let's put it this way, folks. It just couldn't get any worse or any more crazy than having a guy all drunk, screaming in a bar, acting out, biting women in the asses, kissing other men, kissing other people, being like a complete violator of everybody's space in that bar. And look like, he's the life of the party. Mm-hmm. That's not the life of a party. That's a son of a bitch who needs to be smacked and thrown his ass in jail.
Wow.
Somebody beat him with a baton. Hit him with a taser gun.
Crazy stuff. Hey,
that's what they need.
Hey, Si, I found something here from the UK, from the Telegraph. I guess it was the London Telegraph. I guess.
Telegrasp.
I guess. Crazy stuff going on.
Grasp at stories and ain't have none.
There's a really crazy story. We already had the wing dang doodle now, but here's something maybe just kind of weird. Research finds that women feel happy when their husband or partner is upset.
Ain't that some shit?
It's like, dang. The detailed study found that wives or girlfriends were pleased when their partner showed emotion because they believe it demonstrated a healthy relationship. The survey carried out by Harvard Medical School also found that when men realized their wife was angry, the women reported being happier, although the men were not. It revealed women were more likely enjoyed spotting, whatever that means, when their partner was dissatisfied because it showed his strong engagement or investment in their time together. Dr. Sherry Cohen, the study's lead author, said it could be that for women that seeing that their male partner is upset reflects some degree of the man's investment and emotional engagement in the relationship, even during difficult times. It says this is consistent with what is known as dissatisfaction women often experience when their male partner becomes emotionally withdrawn and disengaged in response to conflict. The study, published by the American Psychological Association, recruited a diverse range of 156 heterosexual couples, and more than 100 of the younger urban couples were committed, but not necessarily a married relationship. Other couples who varied in the way that they resolved conflict and controlled emotions were also chosen, while the remaining participants were older, middle class, and married. In total, 71% of those questioned were white, 56% were married, and the average length of relationships were 3.5 years. So basically, they were told to come to a better understanding of what had happened, which approximately 10 minutes to discuss the incident while they were being filmed. So basically, the study concluded that overall, the findings from this study suggested that men may be more satisfied in their relationships when they can accurately read their partner's positive emotions, while women's relationship satisfaction may uniquely benefit when they can accurately read their partner's negative emotions.
And there you have it. Listen, I had a cousin. They used to love to fight so they can listen to Donna Summer records.
Really?
So help me God. They would fight. They would fight. Oh, look who's here. The hand.
Here's the hand.
The hand.
I thought wasn't being control of your emotions was more adult thing to do rather than childlike or something. I don't
know. What do you think? I mean, don't you think that childlike, like making your husband mad just feel him out?
Yeah, well, yeah, to feel him out, but at the same time, that's almost like basically you're just, almost like borderline bullying in a way. Borderline bullying. I mean, according to one person, this guy Deathslayer in the comments section on the story, the link where I got from Black Man Event, he said that women think of and use emotions like men think of and use their muscles. It's their primary method of controlling the environment around them. That's what he said.
Well, let's put it this way: men have bronze, and women have the tongue.
Yeah.
The woman's strength is in her tongue.
The mouth, yes.
The mouth. The man's strength is in his bronze.
Yeah. I wish,
Strong.
yeah. I wish they used the tongue in a much better way, but I'm just saying.
So, anyway. We have a raven loose in the living room today.
Yes.
Nevermore.
Well, we're break. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, stick around because we have a surprise guest for you who's arrived. And once again, the Morning Roast is going to curdle with steam and bubble with bullshit.
Yes. It's 45 degrees outside of Macon, Georgia, with a low of 62 and a high of 62, and a low of 35 degrees. Yeah. You're watching the Morning Roast live in the Nut House with Earthhead DB. Keep your jackets on. Don't touch that remote or mouse. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Saibuki. Very nice. Very well said.
Mm-hmm.
Brains beat brawn, but bullshit beats brains.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Whatever.
DB is drooling, and guess who's here?
Yes.
Hey, the Wing Dang Doodle for this hour showed up.
What's up?
I hated that shit. Why are we doing that? That sucks. I hated that commercial. Those were the most annoying
commercials. Again.
You did not like. Did you like that, DB, when those commercials came out? Why's
At first.
Cream? No, thank you. I take it black. Like my man.
Shit over there in England. The annoying ass commercials. Why's I was like about to slap her. I was like, slap the TV screen. I was like, why?
But you know what? People were doing it left and right. Everybody was doing
We
it.
did the rabbis the other day. Remember?
What's up?
Even a bunch of Jews couldn't liven that up.
What the fuck, say?
By the way, yesterday I saw something that included something about a fox trying to remember what. It was that animal. Remember the animals getting along with each other?
I like Sabuki's comment. Volume down and brace for deliberately offensive comments.
You're such a.
You foiled me,
so
Sabuki.
proper.
You figured out my character on this show.
There you go.
Dastardly. If it wasn't for those damn
Meddling kids.
What's up, Doc?
You know, it was that line that had me cracking up in Mike Myers. I couldn't stop laughing when I saw that ending.
What are you talking about?
And I would have gotten away with it.
Or
if it
Michael
wasn't for
Myers.
Yeah, Mike Myers.
Well, that wasn't really Mike Myers, was it?
It was
Kind of.
funny. It was
How's
funny at the
everybody
time.
doing?
Good. How you doing? All right. Glad to see you back with clothes on, Ian. That's according to
Yeah, it
Ian.
is kind of chilly. It's too chilly to be wearing them copies.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Shoot.
It's not cod season either, is it?
Did you
No.
show the Miley Cyrus tongue video? I guess I missed it.
Do we need
Yeah.
to see that again? Ever?
Yeah.
You want to see it again?
Yeah, bring it up. I wanna talk about that
Urban wants some tongue.
because believe it or not, her tongue is gonna be more famous
It's gonna be
than the
the
Rolling
Smithsonian
Stones
Institution.
tongue. Remember the Rolling Stones tongue?
Yeah, from this logo.
Yeah. There we go.
Hello,
Everybody
Check
slams
this
Miley
out.
Cyrus for always sticking out her tongue. I mean, it's just in every photograph, she's always sticking out her tongue. People make fun of her. But she doesn't care. She is still doing it. And frankly, I think it's becoming more of an issue. Check out this recent Miley Cyrus interview.
Never have to sacrifice what my career was like.
I like that normal comment.
Wow.
And normal is the best comment. Please talk about golf. That is a brilliant, clever comment.
Yes.
And this-
Wow.
You're so brilliant.
That's crazy. That
Abnormal was
video.
making about
Only
5
a guy
points.
named Abnormal
No,
would be
he or
brilliant,
she
man.
was making about 5 points with that one comment.
Okay.
That Anthony showed up, he's worse than talking about golf. Miley Cyrus is on the screen, she's worse than talking about
In
golf.
that video, talk about
worse.
speaking in tongues.
Abnormal has the quote, has the post of the morning.
Yes.
That's brilliant. Please talk about golf.
There we go.
Man, that's awesome. That's how bad it got.
Good morning,
It got
Mr. Peace Talker.
That's like the equivalent of us walking in on the Three Losers that night.
Oh, that was
It got
yes.
so bad that golf speak would be more exciting than dealing with me or what the fuck Ed was just playing about Miley Cyrus. Brilliant.
Whatever.
Cheers.
There you go. That's you, right?
Crazy.
This is what the cocks say.
Me.
Clack, 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 clack,
This
clack,
is
clack,
what the cocks say.
Yeah.
Change that, Ed.
Da-
This is
da-
what
da-
the
da-
cocks
Look at
say.
that one.
This. What you
Right.
doing,
That one
Nelson?
I like.
Ain't got no goddamn Happy Meal.
Don't show up at Mayor McCheeseville. You don't want to show up at Mayor McCheeseville.
Yeah. By the way, we looked at the video. Well, actually, we talked about the story yesterday about the man going into your kid's school. Could you give us a quick
No.
brief?
If you asking me to do something quick, it's not going to happen.
Well,
No, anyway, I don't know much more.
give us a
probably.
brief
All we had
version
to
because your
get
daughter told you what happened.
But you guys probably at this point heard more because I didn't see any follow-up news yesterday about it. Bad, you don't want a strange guy showing up on school grabbing kids.
No.
But, a 9-year-old mind of telling the stories like, this guy came and he tried to kidnap these kids, and he looked like the devil,
You look
kids
like the devil.
Yeah, like the kid's imagination makes it all much more.
Sounds like you.
Yeah.
Well,
That sounds like how you would describe it.
yeah. So basically, she gives me this big story, and how one of the kids was kicking at the guy and kicking his shins and kicking at his knees, and and she's telling me this very action-packed version of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, really? And then of course, 3 hours later, we get the call from the school. There's this automated call from the principal going out saying, today at approximately 3:30 p.m., a strange man entered the grounds of Springdale and blah blah blah.
He's
He
creepy
proceeded
looking,
to
too.
do this. I never saw a picture of him.
Yeah,
Can I
I
pull
got
a picture up?
Yeah,
You got a picture? Let me see him. They said he was Nigerian, right?
Yeah, he's Nigerian.
Yeah, I heard that.
Very creepy looking.
Yeah, I heard. Let me see his picture.
Here's your weather for tomorrow.
By the way, Manny.
Call the shit.
All right.
Sports not on yet. Save it for sports. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Coldest temperatures. How nice. Thank you, Ed.
Yes. And,
What a
they said it
segue.
will be.
We went from
What a
creepy
segue.
guys stalking
That has
schools
nothing to do
weather.
with what we're talking about. This happened so many times. I'll be bringing up a story about something.
That's great.
Something else will go on.
That is great.
Yeah, spasmos.
Irv's, the face was brilliant there. I looked at Irv's just going, which has absolutely nothing to do with what we're
Nothing to do. Yes, yes, nothing to do with.
Yeah. We're talking about a guy.
I'm dealing with a bunch of
Thinking
idiots
about
around
Matt.
here.
Alright, here we go.
So now when we start talking about weather, Ed, start
Yeah.
flashing up pictures of missing children
There he
with
is.
$5,000
There he
rewards.
is. Look, there he is.
Oh,
Okay.
I got the video. I'm gonna bring it
He's
up.
creepy looking.
Yeah.
Man who allegedly tried. Okay, I'll read this shit later.
As soon
Yeah.
as it's done downloading, I'll play
He
it.
looks like one of the dancers that would dance around King Kong when they caught King Kong, and they were singing. Yeah,
Oh, he looks like one of those damn voodoo
Yeah, you're so PC, Irv.
He looks like one of those voodoo guys on that Angel Heart movie.
You remember that?
When they were
Oh.
destroying
Yeah.
that chicken.
Yeah.
That thing, he kind of looks like he would be into some voodoo. He does. Like you'd see him in a voodoo scene.
Well,
yeah.
Like the James Bond
Well, in
movie
the-
with the voodoo or
Talking
something.
about Live and Let Die.
That's an
yeah.
awesome movie.
Yeah.
That's a great
Yeah.
one. Do you like that one? That's your favorite one, isn't it? Because it deals with the black brothers.
Yeah. You're so PC, Ed. Yeah, because he like all the black guys.
Yeah. Anyway.
I like how Derek comes back at me now with the white man audio.
Yeah.
Now remember, yo, one at a time today.
Yeah, I'm too
Yeah, one.
One at a time.
You notice I'm saying
What
quiet.
happens with a lot of this?
By the way, wait for Sergio to tell Manny to stay on topic. Wait, whatever. While you're at it, pay the teachers more.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
idea.
The beans.
Yeah, what?
It is a very good
What
idea.
man, but teachers gotta spend money on their own pockets sometimes to
Yeah,
buy goods for the
teachers.
class.
Teachers are.
The damn people running the school board taking all the goddamn money.
Well, no, really, you know what they do? Knowing this as a parent, they actually ask you at the beginning of the year to donate stuff to the class to help pay for those supplies. They're like,
Well,
hey, bring in notebooks and
a
pencils.
lot of teachers bring in, and
Well,
you
so
go
do
to
parents.
college.
They ask the parents to do
I
it.
know. Well, you go to college
Here's
or
the-
you go to high school
here's the
or whatever.
video.
You got to pay for those books.
Yeah, the
So
videos
everybody
come-
else can see.
In
The
high
ugly
school.
ass motherfucker.
All right.
Well, Bibb County
All right, here
school
we go.
officials are still releasing very little information about an alleged attempted child snatching yesterday outside Springdale Elementary. It happened during dismissal and reportedly led to a foot chase. Tom George caught up with a school district spokesman, and Tom tells us more.
Yeah, Frank, at this point, we do know the who, where, and when, but very little about what may have happened or why. A 68-year-old Nigerian man, Christian Ogle, is in custody at the Bibb County Jail, charged with attempted kidnapping, simple battery, and false imprisonment. School officials say it happened outside Springdale as students were getting out of school yesterday. Now, one woman told us that a man grabbed her second-grade son and then a girl. She says her son started yelling, which alerted the principal and another parents to chase Ogle. Last night, we asked about that, and the school district did not confirm the mom's account. Today, the school district called 13 WMAZ to arrange for us to meet with David Gowan again. He's the director of safety for the district. Now, when I asked him what happened, he still didn't offer many details. Do you know how far he got before he was stopped?
He never left the school. He was never able to leave the school grounds. So this whole incident from beginning to end occurred outside the school, in this general area in front of the school.
I mean, do you know if he grabbed the child? Like, what exactly did he do?
Well, that like I said earlier, you know, that gets into a level of detail that I can't comment on right now because I don't want to jeopardize a future prosecution. Obviously, there's been charges here. So there may be a possible future prosecution that I don't want to jeopardize.
Now, Gowan also declined to answer questions about how many children were involved or whether anyone was injured. Now, Gowan says he does expect to release more information within a couple days. So, Frank, we'll just have to keep checking back on that story.
It's all over the news.
Yeah.
Well, notice the guy's last name, Ogle.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was ogling the children.
Ah, very good point.
Strange.
Well,
the question is, I mean, the thing is, I mean, he's 68. I mean, like Sabuki says, he probably maybe is suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's. But the thing is,
or
who
he's just from a damn country that doesn't know any better that you can just go snatch your kids from a school playground.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, maybe
but who's his caretaker though? I mean, because he just can't be. I mean, if he does have Alzheimer's or dementia, he obviously can't be alone. I mean, does he have any caretakers? How did he get there? Does he have any caretakers? Does he have any family? For one,
I'm trying to think now that you brought that good point. I'm wondering if there's a nursing home around that area. Can y'all think offhand if there is? Is there a nursing home around Springdale, like within a mile or two?
Springdale.
I mean, I'm in that area more than you all.
I mean, I know the only place.
He might have gotten out of a nursing home or something.
Probably so. Because the only nursing home that I know of is based. There's one called the Blair House, which is right next to Mercer.
Well, that's right over there near Gary Ames's house. Remember?
Yeah.
Next to the roast.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. That's what.
I'm thinking they said they observed in the story that I read earlier about this guy. They said that he was observed behaving childlike behaviors, like he was touching a guy's head.
Well, yeah, in the video he was.
I'm just wondering if, in fact, it looks like he was trying to abduct these kids, when in fact maybe he just wanted to play with them. Maybe
you're doing the old Frankenstein monster thing.
Yeah.
The Frankenstein monster. Well, Manny says, good point. He says before the story's over, they will say he tried to pick up every child in the schoolyard. Yeah, they're going to make him that devil.
Yeah.
Bet my daughter came home acting like he was with her active, vivid imagination. Like, oh, this guy tried to kidnap, right? But hey, it's like the Frankenstein monster.
That was pretty sad, though, that Frankenstein monster.
When he's like hanging out with the girl.
And then he didn't mean to kill her.
Of course not. He got excited.
Frankenstein got the point.
He's like Ed. He was a big excited bug. That's why your head's on that Frankenstein jib jab. It's like
now that's, you know what, that's so freaking creepy.
I have nothing else to
right.
say.
Frankenstein binder.
Frankenstein binder. Yeah.
You learn something new
Hey,
every
he
day.
did it to himself. He put himself in that cartoon. I love the cartoon. By the way.
Yes. So
now
anyway,
you were saying, I'm sorry, Derek.
creepy voodoo guy, Derek. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying, it's kind of really with that I was just getting back with that Frankenstein head, but yeah, that may be possible. But also you get the big elephant in the room.
Yes.
He happens to be a
No.
black
He
guy.
happens to be a black guy
From Africa, not in the watered down African American one. He's from Nigeria, from Africa, kind of straight from
But
the
now, in all
source.
honesty, Springdale does have a pretty good mix of black students.
Okay.
It's not one of those all-white North Macon schools.
Okay.
It's got a mix of blacks in there for you. So anyway.
Okay, just want to be sure.
No, I'm serious.
But you're right. You're right. The elephant in the room, the black guy from Africa, shows up in North Macon.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
But
And they have
Good point.
besides all of that,
See?
let's observe.
This is like the Dark Knight of the
Manny
Scarecrow.
says if they observed him, why didn't they call the law then? They observed him while he was under arrest.
This is what I heard.
This is when they observed
This is what I
that
heard.
behavior, by the
The
way.
way he was stopped was he was grabbing the boy first, then a girl by the hair, and then some parents that were standing around waiting for their kid, picking their kid up from school, ran over there. One in particular, I heard tackled the guy. Of course, this might be the vivid, blown up version.
Well, he's not a big
but
guy.
Tackled the guy,
Mm-hmm.
and then when he tried to leave, these other parents came around and sort of put a barrier around him to keep him from leaving.
Yeah.
And they kind of formed like a
Like a
blockade
gang,
or
human
some
wall,
shit.
vigilantes.
Yeah. And then somebody called the police, and the police
Mm-hmm.
came and got him.
Well, that's good.
And that's what you would do. That is good. In this 9/11 day and age, and also this school shooting day and age, you know every parent,
Post-Columbine.
any parent or any person that's got that sense and that instinct is going to jump in there in any situation like this, and they're going to go for it. They're gonna attack the person because they realize that that's not what happened on the flight that wrecked into the Pennsylvania field. Was that no one really fought back until it was too late. Then they tried to fight back, and in the other
And it
ones
was
they
short.
never fit. Now this day and age, people are like, screw that. If I'm ever in a position where there's somebody acting remotely like a fool, say it, cutting a fool, we're gonna jump on that person from the beginning.
Exactly.
No more waiting. Because it's a day and age you can't wait anymore, right?
Yeah,
you
you can't wait.
You can't sit around and go, okay, let's like approach the guy slowly. You know, you got to bam.
Yeah, let's just hold hands. Let's just hold hands and sing
I can
Kumbaya.
see exactly. Breaking out.
Something like that, yeah.
God forbid if anybody
Bring out
walks
the
in front of a
sports.
school today.
Right.
If you're an adult and you walk in front of a school, just passing by,
Mm-hmm.
you just may get pounced on by people.
Yeah, you might.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I took my kids to
They
school
always
today
are.
before I came to the show. They didn't take the bus today. I took them there and dropped them off. So, and of course, the minute I dropped them off, because that was my first time back at that school since that incident happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Were
of
they
course you're looking
surrounding you?
around. No, yeah. No, but I tell you the truth, when I came out and was leaving after I'd walked into the door, this guy was walking towards the school, and he was, I'm sure, a father, but he was walking toward the school with this hoodie pulled up, but he was a white guy, hoodie pulled up over his face, real covered, white guy, pants slightly sagging in the back, walking with that kind of like gangster walk. He's walking towards the school as I'm walking back to the car. And I tell you the truth, the first thing that hit me was like, what's this guy doing? You know? You know? He had no child in his vicinity.
Right.
But I assume maybe his child ran ahead.
So you let him in?
Well, he was walking slowly. I turned around, stopped, and looked at him for a little while as he walked. But then he didn't go up close to the door. He stopped, kind of right there at the curb, and he just kind of stood there.
Did he have a beard and a war costume?
No, but he was doing this when he passed me.
I am his father.
Exactly. Common reference. There you go. So he was doing that.
Yes.
Wow,
So
Rudy
maybe he
found
was
a
bad.
job.
Cool. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Rudy, stop drinking. Oh wait, that's Rocco. I thought
Yeah.
it was Rocco. Sorry, Rudy.
Yeah.
So what the hell Rocco did you
UPS.
guys? I noticed you banned him yesterday, but I don't know what the story behind it was.
Ah, he's such a son of a...
Tell me some Rocco drama.
No. I'm
No,
not
don't?
in the
Okay, fuck it. I'm out of here. Bye.
Yeah. No, actually,
I can play his video.
No, well, oh, he badmouthed y'all? Is that what happened?
You know the video.
which one? Oh, the crazy video? Yeah, put him on.
I've never seen Rocco's video. Well, tell me the
We're
story.
gonna get Rocco is
Well, give me what?
minutes.
He's just somebody who was on. He was. He's a former. He's a former
drunk that has his own show.
Vietnam vet. He's a loudmouth, very racist. He likes to rant.
Sounds like me, minus the video.
I'll just carry on for now. We'll
it's just not normal.
pick it up.
Is he that important?
Well, no, I'm sorry. You brought it. I just was wondering what the hell happened.
Yeah,
to Rocco.
I mean, I don't want to give him any more than he needs. This is what he loves. He loves the attention.
Hey, you want a hot ball there, Derek Barrett?
Oh yeah, atomic fireball. Thank you.
I love it. You want one?
Hey, what are they?
Atomic fireball.
Right.
They're like cinnamon.
Hot.
Cinnamon
Hey, you want a ball?
jawbreakers, basically.
You want a ball in your mouth?
Cinnamon jawbreakers.
You want a ball in
Some
your
big
mouth?
red balls in your mouth. Alright, here we go.
Sound like
Anyway,
a Monica
you got a Lance
Lewinsky
Armstrong.
special.
Just call me Hillary Clinton.
Sound like the Monica Lewinsky special, like
Donnie Curry in the house.
Giving him
Yeah,
Which
Donnie,
way
there
does
you
the
go.
sun rise?
There you go.
DC.
That got you, AB.
Donnie, how's Nevada?
Yeah, Rocco
Don't
has
get me wrong,
never said or
extensive
did
story.
anything to me. Most of the time, I agree with him on issues. Yeah, well, whatever. Manny, he's got some great points. The problem is, and I was enjoying his show. I went on his show. I started enjoying it,
Bunch of little
but he's
soap
too.
opera bitches, not Ed.
It's just too much.
Not soap opera bitches.
All he was doing was screaming at people.
Yeah, like people
After
at a
a while,
stadium.
like
So he just
after
you
a
watched
bunch
it,
of
DB?
conversation.
You watched it?
Just briefly. But
So what?
Yeah, we really don't care. Thank you too much.
Is
Good
this-
morning, Shorty Brave.
He says, Manny, we don't care.
Shorty Brave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like all types. I'm sure I would have let Rocco stay on.
Nah,
Yeah, man,
Rocco's a
Rocco
son.
sounds fun.
Have him go
You
crazy.
think Warble Bite was bad?
Oh, who cares?
Oh, yeah.
Billy
Horrible Bite
Jones.
was funny to me too.
Sabuki, I got some good. I got a really good story right here. Well, whether you you may like it or hope not.
Whether you like it or not, he's gonna dish it out.
Yes, I am. Dallas,
Get ready for
Detroit,
a long
and
ass version.
Detroit, Dallas, and Miami are going to play in London in 2014. Since the NFL is trying to have an international series, Dallas Cowboys, Detroit Lions, and Miami Dolphins will travel to London next season to take part in the NFL International Series. They will hold 3 games in Wembley Stadium in 2014, including one among the teams are going to be playing the Atlanta Falcons, baby. Atlanta Falcons going to be playing the Detroit Lions, the Cowboys versus Jaguars, and the Dolphins versus the Raiders in London. So, by hook or by crook, I'm going to London, baby, next year. I don't care what I'm going to save some money to get some tickets to go to London.
The man who never buys his lunch is going to save money and get tickets to go to London. You believe that shit? He can't even buy us a freaking bag of crystals for $0.25 each, which I heard they did last night.
Which was last night, yeah.
I heard last night.
From 4 to 11 p.m.
Yeah. Quarter crystals. That's where we should have gone.
Of course, he was there at 4 and stayed till 11.
Yeah. No, but it was a 6-person limit.
It was on a 6-person limit.
Per visit.
Per
you
visit.
could come back and forth.
Yeah.
I would have walked up in there if I'd known that.
Yeah,
I would have gone one time as a Spartan. I would have gone back in my Planet of the Apes makeup.
Yeah.
I'd have gone back in the wolf mask.
Yes.
I'd put some clown makeup on.
Yes.
I would have hit that place about 12 times.
So my team.
I really don't care. People got a lot of issues, Manny. I really don't care about Rocco being shot.
Oh, I was just saying. So in other words, Atlanta Falcons are going to be playing their very first time in London against Detroit Lions next year.
Hey, I agree with Manny. No, I do.
And last night, just some other games, just to finish up sports.
I think we should leave Rocco on.
Carolina Panthers beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 31-13.
Everything else.
We got a whole bunch of games all throughout Sunday, NFL games, and then you have the Monday Night Football game on ESPN. Also, on the World Series, Game 2, St. Louis Cardinals and tied the series, won the game each. They beat the Boston Red Sox 4-2. They're not playing tonight. The game is going to be in St. Louis. Games 3 and 4 and 5 will be playing in St. Louis. Games 3 will be tomorrow night, Saturday night at 7:30 on Fox. And Game 4 or 5 will Sunday and Monday as well. And if there's a Game 6 needed, it'll go back to Boston. Just want to let you guys know. Georgia Bulldogs, they have a bye week. They won't be playing until November 2nd. They're going to be playing against Florida. That'll be at 3:30 p.m. And that's pretty much sports. Oh, and the NBA will be NBA season will be starting Tuesday at October. Starting Tuesday, October 29th.
There you have it, sports.
Yeah.
Thank you, Derek.
Yes.
Always enlightening.
Yeah, you're so encouraging, Irv. Thank you very much.
Anyway, my Oakland
Academy
A's
Award does not go to Irvin for that one.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't very believable in them saying.
The Oakland A's, do they still exist? I thought they changed their name.
Yeah, they still exist.
What, was A's too politically incorrect?
Well, that was
being called an A too politically incorrect because it makes
it's too alphabetical.
It makes you think of Scarlet Letter and the red A, and you are an adulteress. Oh my God, we gotta get rid of the A's like the Redskins.
Well, I don't know. But see, the A is not. Well, see, the A is not red. See, the Oakland A's is like green and yellow. Let's just say that the A's are like cowardly.
That's how ridiculous that whole Redskins thing. You want to talk sports? Let's talk sports. I fucking hate when they try to change team names because there's a bunch of whiners going on going, oh my God, we can't call them Redskins.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Well,
I hate that.
Yeah, I think they should call them rednecks.
If I was the damn owner of the Redskins, I would change shit. I'd go.
Well, then you'd be pissing off country folks.
Who cares? I'd have a press conference and I'd say, I'm not changing the name.
Go like this.
I'm not changing that.
Go like this.
What do the chatters feel about that?
Well, they were making. They said sports is fine, I guess, but a way of life. Blah. Irv knows the lineup of the Chippendales, but doesn't know baseball team.
So basically, who are you going for? The Red Sox or the Cardinals?
I don't care for either, but
I'll take the Red Sox.
I gotta go for the Cardinals.
No, I take.
By you, DB.
I think
I'm going for the Red.
Yeah.
I'm going for the Red Sox. I'm usually go for the National League team.
Cardinals, yeah.
I usually go for National League, but the Boston Red Sox, I guess it's their time.
Like Red Sox, anyways.
There's a story about that.
I guess a story.
What was it? I heard that ages ago. Someone online might know.
All right, well.
Probably find
Who gives a flying crap except sports nuts that have no life, frat boys that like to bite women's asses in bars.
Wait, that's Marv Albert.
And
no, that was actually a person that actually did that in Athens.
Really?
Yeah.
Marv Albert was biting some people, I remember.
Yeah. In a dress.
Anyway.
What's up locally, by the way?
Well, we got a lot of shit.
Well, we did mention.
We
did mention earlier that the reward has now been bumped up to $18,000.
Oh yeah, we mentioned that yesterday already.
No,
it was $13,000.
It was 13. Now it's 18.
We mentioned it yesterday. I'm telling Derek, when you weren't here and I came over here, the three of us were here. Remember when I came over here yesterday? We talked about it, not on the show, but we talked about it here.
That's right.
Okay.
That's
I knew it was up to 18. I thought you were about to say it was bumped again to
yeah,
like
here's
20.
the story right there.
But I wouldn't be surprised. They might get up to 20,000.
We let me say, you got a guy that was stabbed.
Okay. Yeah, see.
Outside of McDonald's.
Yeah, according to,
Speaking of red.
Yeah, red.
Speaking of red, what do you got over there?
All right.
About stabbing.
Well, it says that the Red Sox name, according to Wikipedia, Boston Red Sox got their name, was chosen by the team owner John I. Taylor around 1908, following previous Boston teams who have been
That's the last time they won the World Series before the new one, right?
Actually, around 1918.
What's the name? How they get the name?
Because the following previous Boston teams have been known as the Red Stockings. And they have played in
well, they were the
11
Boston Braves too at one time.
Yeah, and then they moved to Milwaukee. They played in 11 World Series, winning 7 out of those 11. So that's how they got the name Red Sox.
Red Stockings.
From Red Stockings.
So what did the Red Stocking represent up in Boston?
What the Red Stockings over here?
All right, what do we got here, Irvin? You just looking at the picture of a sheriff car?
No, actually,
that's
Yeah, let me just say this. GXA TV, I love you guys. But you guys have got to update your website a hell of a lot quicker.
Actually, that was, because...
I'm finding stories here that should have been off already, and they're put on as though they're new.
Yeah.
That's why they call it news. It's supposed to be new.
Yeah.
Not old.
Why, you know why else I heard they call it news?
What? Why do they call it news?
You heard this, Derek? It represents the 4 directions. North, east, west, and south.
Huh.
Never heard that?
No, never
I heard that growing up. When I was in school, I guess when I was in middle school or elementary school, they taught us it that way. Can't remember what school.
Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah.
Damn food.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what I heard. I mean, it's new, but also it's news. It covers everywhere. It's news.
Oh, okay. That's kind of new for me. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what else is in the news, Derek?
That guy looks very boring.
All right, let me see.
Talk about.
By the way, making police officer pleads guilty. We talked about this morning.
The ones that took the guns from the...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the ones
there
that
he
going
is.
after.
There's that ugly son of a
Jonathan
bitch. And
Graves.
that certainly looks like the guy that arrested. But it's not him.
He looked like he did get caught on something. Those eyes.
Yeah, there he is. I bet he was a Clayton Sutton friend.
Oh, yeah.
Clayton Sutton.
A former Macon police officer pleaded guilty on Thursday and was granted first offender status. Sentenced to 180 days in a detention center and 10 years of probation for stealing 2 handguns while on patrol. Jonathan Graves, 27, took the 25 caliber gun he found when some people he was chasing dropped it in late 2011 on Holtz Lane in Vineville. Another pistol, a .380, he took from a house on Cortland Avenue in 2012. The gun reported stolen a couple of months earlier turned up at a loud party he'd been dispatched to. No one claimed the gun, so Graves kept it. He gave the weapons to relatives as gifts, one of his parents and one to his parents and one to his sister. Graves pleaded guilty on 2 counts of fiduciary theft and violation of oath of office. And they have it really.
You know what, dude? I bet they came down pretty hard on that guy, and I'm gonna say that they might have been keeping in mind that if we don't show this is a heavy example, there might be some people in this city who are going to come after our ass, right? Because read what he got for just stealing the gun. They gave that guy 6 months in prison and probation. That's a pretty big hit, I think.
Yeah,
isn't
but
it? I mean, don't you? Or do you think that's soft? Do y'all think that's soft? What do you think, Chatters? Because
I
you know, if
think
they
6
had
months
done,
is okay.
I think that. Well, I think they were trying to show that. Look, we have got to show that we are tough on this police force now.
Mm-hmm.
Because before we weren't. We turned a blind eye.
I think he
And
could
we're
have
going
gotten
into a
6
new
months for
consolid-
each gun, and then hit him with a year.
You know, maybe he should, but it's set
That's
up a
what I
very
think.
lengthy probation, which means it might
Yeah,
not
3
go
years.
long for that.
Yeah, but he's got a first
Right.
offender status, so he used that loophole. It's like a bad tax loophole
Because imagine if
for
all,
rich people.
imagine if he had only gotten, which would be kind of typical of Macon, he would have only gotten something like 3 years probation, you know, whatever, $20,000 fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What if that's what he got? We would have gone, oh, here we go, another cop getting off easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
They knew that, look, we're going into a new consolidated government. We have got to go in strong. We can't go in weak. We can't show that we are fuck-ups because we've already been hit by the critics this past year, mainly these critics here. Let's admit it. In this town, we've been the biggest critics in this past year. And they thought, we have got to show a little bit more force and get on our police department's ass if they screw up. And I think they kind of hit this guy hard.
Well,
Which is
Cook
good.
is also the one that did the Sammy Davis Jr. and decided that
Did Cook
Sutton was innocent.
Yeah, but did Cook prosecute this? This wasn't Cook. Cook's name didn't come up in that story, did it?
Yeah.
I don't think he was in the story, was he?
Not that I heard.
But the judge who hit it pretty hard was, it said Trip Self was the judge.
Tupacalypse Now, you're wrong. Nobody made me, baby. Oh, I'm made by my mother and my daddy. Nobody.
What's Donnie Curry up there on about? What's he going on about? Everyone got to run. Have a good, blessed day. Even you, Anthony. Yeah, Donnie. Yeah, you have a good day too, fucker. No, I just kid, Donnie. Cheer up, tough skin, Donnie. Remember, tough skin.
Not appointed. Okay.
Have a good day, Donnie.
Tupacalypse.
So, yeah. Speaking of
I love you.
trying
too.
to have tough skin, there have been a high number of bears that were killed by cars in Cherokee County recently.
Drunk drivers.
This is Woodstock, Georgia. Law officers say motorists are reporting more collisions with bears on the roads and highways just north of Atlanta. The Cherokee County Sheriff's Office says at least 8 bears have been struck and killed on roadways in as many weeks in the county.
So this must have happened. This must have happened at the Gay Pride Parade in Atlanta recently. If a bunch of bears were run over, you get it. Good energy.
Bears in leather outfits.
Yeah, bears. A bunch of bears have been hit at Gay Pride. Go ahead, Derek. Sorry.
CBS Atlanta reports that three of the bears were killed by vehicles on Interstate 575. Cherokee County Sheriff's Lieutenant Jay Baker said the number of recent bear deaths on roadways in the county is very unusual. Adam Hammond, a wildlife biologist in the Georgia Department of Natural Resources, says a shortage of acorns in the bears' normal range in North Georgia mountains has caused them to roam into neighborhoods north of Atlanta in search of food. So that's the reason why they probably have to cross the interstate highway just to get some food.
Yeah.
Are you saying something, Derek? I'm just kidding. Sorry. I was just lost in staring at this picture of Rabbi Schlesinger.
Yeah.
Then by the time I stopped and looked over, I looked at Derek and I was thinking, what the hell is he talking about?
I know.
Well, the number of bears that were killed by
I'm sorry,
cars.
Derek. I'm sorry.
Not even bears are exciting to this guy.
Jeez.
Here we go.
I'm just kidding, DB.
No,
I'm not saying that. You're not.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're full of shit. You meant it. You meant it with all your heart.
Yeah, save the dogs, but don't give a damn about the bears.
That's right.
If he ain't got no hat on like Smokey, screw him.
That's right. How many hats do you have, DB? You got a different hat every damn day. Yesterday you had that one with the kanji that said something like "eat more fried rice."
No, it was a dog. You were supposed to.
And then the day before you had your regular one, your LL Cool J one you used to wear.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
whatever.
Then the tan Mercedes-Benz cap that I got from the car show.
We're getting timber wolves in Jones County. They are coming closer and closer to the neighborhood.
Oh, I love timber wolves. I used to have a wolf.
In
I had a 75% wolf, hybrid wolf. Tibble died 3 years ago. Awesome dog, big dog. He's 75% timber wolf and 25% husky.
By the way, Anthony, I Love Mary says, Anthony wishes he was a twink.
What the hell's a twink? But you're right, I do wish I was one.
You know what a twink is, right?
No, I
don't. A twink is a effeminate looking guy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you mean moist?
Like, yeah.
You are. You're right. I do wish I was a twink.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's usually the bottom guy.
Ew.
I don't wish that.
TMI here.
The new craze, tweaking. We left twerking and we're now on tweaking.
Let me see. ASPCA member here let me witness someone mistreating an animal. I go to jail. They go to the ER.
Well, speaking of going to the dogs, I got another yeah, I got another story. I know. Bad Derek. Bad Derek. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Got a story that dogs attack woman who was flown to the hospital. This was in Stockbridge, Georgia. Authorities say that a woman was in stable condition after 2 dogs attacked her in Henry County. Henry County Police Sergeant Joey Smith said the woman was bitten as she walked her own dog in the Windsong Plantation subdivision in Stockbridge yesterday afternoon. She was later flown to the Atlanta Medical Center where she went emergency surgery yesterday afternoon, Thursday afternoon.
This was more than one dog.
Yes. Her name hasn't been released, and the police said that the victim's poodle was also attacked and taken to a local veterinarian for treatment. Smith said that both dogs were involved and were killed, and rabies testing will be done on both animals. They said that the dogs have been roaming freely in the neighborhood, and the owners have been located after the attack, and they don't know whether or not charges will be filed. But they don't say what type of dog they were.
I bet they were.
You think they were? What do you think?
Pits?
I think they were pits.
Pit bulls?
Yeah.
But you think if they were pits, they would have made sure they announced it? Because that's like what we said earlier. You got to have that one boogeyman that kind of represents all, and everybody's boogeyman now. The dog world is
the dog. Yeah, they like the canine version of the black guy or Hispanic guy. Yeah.
Right.
They were 2 pit bulls.
The canine version of this Nigerian that walked on the Springdale yesterday.
No, I'm serious. The pit bull dog is just another dog in a line of other dogs that in the past were sort of stereotyped as being really bad dogs. It started, of course, with the German Shepherd at one time. Was the dog that, you don't mess with that dog.
Well, also,
then it became
Hitler
a Doberman.
Hitler had one. Remember, Hitler had Blondie. That was the name of his German Shepherd, his Alsatian.
Yeah.
And exactly. So with Hitler, people were just given the Shepherd as like the evil dog because Hitler had
But then it became the Dobermans for a while.
Tobacco's
became the
Rottweilers
and the Rottweilers
because they were the hellhounds, them devil dogs from the
Omen.
Omen.
A lot of them are German dogs. Think about it. Rottweilers.
Yep, and now it's the pit, but the pit's gonna last for a long time.
Yes.
Unless they make a horse that's a dog, or a dog that's a horse.
Yeah.
Something outrageous.
Well, they all come from wolves. If you know the history of a dog's family tree, it goes to the wolf. Every wolf is basically the wolf DNA genes are in every dog. Every domesticated dog has that wolf gene.
Well, every little dog.
And then, of course, they come from these older dogs that were around during the kind of prehistoric times. I can't remember the name.
The little dogs, have you noticed, are very aggressive dogs. Very hypertensive dogs.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's almost like packing, let's say, a big dog's personality into this little body.
So basically,
they go haywire.
So in other words, it's like a canine version of the Napoleon complex, right?
Okay.
Maybe.
Just guess.
You talking about these little yappy dogs, like Chihuahuas, Italian Greyhounds,
sons of bitches, and so are those little poodles. Poodles are not nice dogs. Those dogs.
No, well, if you look at the history of poodles will actually.
Poodles.
Poodles were hunting dogs.
Mm-hmm.
In the older days, in the 1700s and stuff, they used them as hunting dogs.
Yes.
And earlier.
But just, I guess, somewhere in the last 100 years or so, or 50 years, I guess, the poodles, they were thought of as, moist, supposedly.
Well, yeah, it doesn't help to have the name poodle. But poodle kind of comes across kind of frou-frou.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm a poodle. Right? There's frou-frou sound names.
You think they have a
and
complex?
and there's tough names, like Rottweiler. That's
Rottweiler, yes.
Rottweiler.
Yes.
Poodle.
Doberman.
Rottweiler. Poodle.
Doberman.
Chihuahua.
Doberman.
Chihuahua. I got the chalupa.
Shih Tzu. Shih Tzu. German Shepherd.
Yeah, but you know what
Rottweiler. Pit Bull.
You know what you call a cross between a Jack Russell and a Shih Tzu?
Jack Shit.
That's
right.
I got a Jack Shit.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tough dog.
I know the
Heaven forbid they make they crossbreed those two dogs. Can you imagine it have that in the Westminster dog?
Chow.
We have a Jack Shit here, right here. As you can tell, a Jack Shit. And see, it's.
Oh, Lord.
That's one of the best movies. Best of Show. Y'all seen Best of Show?
Yeah.
Well, by the way, try to say Pitbull in a cute voice. I'm sure it works.
Pitbull. No, still sounds bad. Pitbull.
Yeah.
And Shih Tzu just makes it sound like he got loose
Saint
stools.
Bernard.
Something
Saint
that
Bernard.
Excuse me.
But then aren't you kind of mixed with one like sheepdog? It's
Yeah.
a mix. Like a sheepdog's not a frou-frou dog.
Say
but it
sheepdog
sounds
10
like
times.
Sheepdog.
Sheepdog, shit dog.
Or what about Marmaduke?
Sheepdog.
Dalmatian.
Alright,
Great Dane.
The Great Dane.
look at that. I have
There was a Dalmatian spotted downtown.
the Bean says I have part Matisse and Cocker Spaniel. He's a cockatese.
Yeah. Awesome.
Wow.
Good one. Good one.
Or
Good
tease a cock.
Cockatee.
Sounds like a drink, doesn't it?
I like that, Bean.
I like a cocktease on the rock, please. Thank you.
Speaking of animals and pit bulls and bulls, has anybody heard from Bryant? Is he better?
No,
He's out
but
of the hospital.
Well, I know he's out of the hospital. Well, I didn't know.
He packed out there like 2 days ago.
But
What happened to him? Well, I heard on the news that somebody broke their pelvis.
I think Bryant was the one that broke his pelvis.
And I got the video. I can play it. Show you him in the video running.
Well, we saw the video.
No, actually before with his camera, I spotted him.
Yeah, well, I remember the one I sent you guys or told you about where it was regular time and then at the end they slow motioned it. You got to play that slow motion part because you see Bryant just get hit, man. He gets bumped by that one. He gets bumped into the one to the right, and the other one just bowls him over, and just Bryant just spins.
Yeah, I
and
don't
then
know.
covers up. And then one like right before it cuts off, one tramples right over Bryant. And he's covered though. He covered right. He knew the minute you hit the ground to cover up. He hit the ground and he's like, bam. But the slow motion one's pretty cool to watch.
yeah, they he obviously broke his pelvic. Do we have that video, Ed? No.
I got it. I'm gonna go
The
find
one
it.
when they show him rolling, you said you were gonna stop it and show it in slow motion.
They show him running before.
Yeah.
But not.
You have that?
I don't have the one where he got hit.
Yeah, it's at the end of the regular one. You know the one where Mr. Goofy guy's going, that Beavis Butthead guy?
Well, then you give me
It's
some.
that
Let
one.
me go in the other room and I'll
It's
cut
that
it.
one,
I'll
and
slice it.
And at the end is the
Well,
slow
after
motion.
break, I'll have it ready.
Go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, that.
I'm chewing an atomic fireball, Seafloat.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks like the retarded son of the guy.
I want to say hello to Heather if she's awake watching right now.
Oh, hello, Heather.
She's not, but she's off today, so she could be
She's
checking
not under
us
your
out.
name, though.
No, well, I mean, she could be on without being signed in.
Oh,
People can watch the show and not be
Yeah,
signed in.
that's
But if you're out there, Heather, hello, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Had a fun night with you last night.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
I'm talking about with Heather. You weren't there.
No, I know.
She's like, he's the fly on the wall. Or it's like, I was there.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah. Next time, great show. Oh.
Getting your money's worth. Speaking of some money, good morning, Yerak.
Yerak in the house.
Bye. I'm sent. Herb, I'm sent.
Probably meant to say I'm spent.
Sent. Herb, I'm sent. What does that mean?
No
Probably
idea.
didn't say
Making you
spent. Meaning I'm
confused.
going to bed. I'm spent.
Speaking of,
Irv, instant message sent.
Oh.
I'm pretty smart, aren't I?
Yeah, well, let's see how smart you are. Oh, yeah, we got, let me see. Video explained, you saw it covered it basically. The United Nations running shit through hidden programs on American soil. Yeah, well, thank you to Apocalypse. I'll wait for Ed to see that. About a subject you covered yesterday, yeah.
oh,
Yeah, we cover a lot of shit yesterday, didn't we?
Oh yeah, we talked a lot
What's
of
he
stuff.
talking about? I'm gonna wait.
It was kind of off yesterday.
Yeah, we were off. We were off.
Yes.
We were
But Derek had to leave early yesterday too.
Yeah.
How'd that go, Derek? The
Oh,
plumbing.
yeah, the
How'd your
plumbing-
plumbing go?
Plumbing went really well. They didn't have to knock down a wall,
fine.
thank goodness. So
And
you
they
know,
didn't have to touch your prostate. Yeah.
right? Yeah.
I don't have-
Basically,
I don't have
basically,
any
my
problem.
house, the pipes just basically just rusted out, just wasn't able to hold water anymore. So they had to put in new pipes in there and put a whole new sink and stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
By the way, you're going to talk about Twitter becoming, getting
stock
on the
price.
stock market,
Yeah.
becoming an IPO or whatever.
IPO stock price. Yeah. Initial public offering.
Yes, how much?
Yeah, so in regular filing late as of yesterday, Twitter set a preliminary price range between $17 to $20 per share for its IPO. It raised the maximum size of its offering to $1.4 billion, up from its previous $1 billion. The company has about 545 million shares outstanding, so Twitter could be valued as high as $10.9 billion, slightly above previously reported valuation estimates.
Yeah.
Twitter plans to sell about 70 million of its shares in the IPO. The company's target price range isn't binding, so we don't yet know what the price Twitter will ultimately set for its IPO. The company will file several more rounds of paperwork before the IPO to provide a variety of new details, anything from setting a new price range to more information about items like executive compensation. Twitter will have to set for its final price the night before it begins trading, but that won't be for another few weeks.
There we go.
So far it's somewhere between $17 and $20. If you got $17 to $20, you may buy a stock in Twitter, and if you want.
And you
No,
know,
thank you.
what
I've
happened?
been accused already of being a twink. I don't want to be a twit also.
Yeah. You know what happened with
You're on a roll, man.
Microsoft? When Microsoft first came out, went public,
Yeah.
a lot of people were buying up their stock, and then they doubled, and then doubled that, and doubled that, and people were becoming millionaires like overnight. That was the first. I believe it was during the first bubble, but still, Microsoft made it out. I mean, they are still around today.
They're still making Windows. They're still making programs for PCs because we still have PCs.
Yep.
And then now they're stretching, and then now speaking of which, they're now stretching into tablets. And and of course you know that they make Xbox.
First tablet now beat iPad.
Yes.
Is a Microsoft.
And as a matter of fact, also in sales, there's more tablets that were being sold this quarter than laptop computers. There's more tablets being sold than laptops. So what does that mean? That means, I guess we're going to be trading our laptops for tablets sooner or later.
Very soon. And all you're getting is that, it's going to cost just as much money as buying this computer, except all you're going to have is that piece. They're going to get rid of that whole monster right here that's gone.
Yeah, but the question is, how do you going to type though? That's the question.
Everything is with your finger on the screen. So you're going to pass a lot of, you're going to have a very smudgy screen after a while.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
More or less.
They take something that's a good idea and make it stupid.
Or try to make it smaller, I guess.
I just don't get it.
What, honestly, if you guys have a lot of money, what would you put your money in? What stock would you get on? If you could afford to do stock, name your 5 companies you would invest in. Derek, go.
Probably Coca-Cola, maybe Heinz Foods, definitely some water because people got to drink water.
Really? I would put stock in water companies. I agree with Coke. Coke would be a good one to put stock in.
Okay.
Making with bottled or water, they can make money on the market.
Maybe.
They have good water here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the water.
And probably in certain metals too.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised you didn't say.
What? Chocolate?
No, Facebook. You wouldn't,
Facebook?
You wouldn't choose
I would do
Facebook
it.
as one of your 5 to put stock to get stock with? Because Facebook is strong. I mean, that's got to be very up there on one of the biggest money makers for somebody.
Yeah,
right?
well, at least one, Zuckerberg.
But I mean, I'm sure he offers stock in his company.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he does.
I think if I had the money, I would pick Coca-Cola,
Mm-hmm.
because you want to pick your strongest ones, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'd pick Facebook, or if not Facebook, something computer related,
Mm-hmm.
either like Microsoft or some of those kind of
MySpace or something?
Not MySpace, hell no. Google maybe.
Google, yeah,
Google
yeah.
maybe go and put in.
What about Yahoo?
I don't know, maybe. But I would put that. I'd put stock in. I like your idea of Heinz, but I don't think I would put any in Heinz.
But I'm just saying because Heinz Foods, or at least the ketchup, because, I mean, if you knew how much gallons of ketchup, just in the packets alone, that McDonald's, Wendy's, KFC, even Burger King goes through in a day, it'll blow your mind.
How about that? Put your stock in McDonald's. Would you do that?
Well, I'm looking at that.
Kind of risky right now because people still want to raise the minimum wage for the workers there, and I don't know if people want to pay $5 or $6 for a Big Mac, or for a Whopper.
What would you put stock in, Irvin?
Well, we're talking Microsoft. I would definitely do that.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably invest locally.
Mm-hmm.
In the community, and where it's like helping out with a grant, like working with the Knight Foundation, one of those people. So the community, anything that's gonna inspire and help the community out. Microsoft would be my only big deal, and then the rest would be broken up into small, little investments that you pay off, or if they don't pay off, they don't pay off. Don't matter. I don't mind losing money, or I don't mind giving money away. That's my problem. I have no value to money because when I grew up, it was money was a problem. Money was always an issue, like a problem. It wasn't like we had money and we enjoyed it. We had money and it was gone.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe I never grew to appreciate the value of money. To me, it's almost a stupid idea. We should go back to bartering.
Yeah, I know, because it kind of ticked me off, because I remember my grandmother used to say that her father was a trapper. We used to have a whole bunch of money. I said, well, Grandma, where the money at now? Don't go do me any good. Well, it's 10 o'clock.
And we're going to take a
2
break.
hours gone, one more to go.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits. Like I said, you're on wait for drinking.
Well,
there's something screwy around here.
And we'll be right back. You're watching The Morning Roast live from the Nut House.
Yeah, stick around. 1 hour to go.
Computer, and I can log into Heather's Facebook page on yours, and then from that go to Finley, because he's on our friend list, and then pull it off of his page. Could you do that?
Thanks, C. Fluke.
Yeah, I'm with you, C. Fluke.
Church is filled with idiots, mean idiots.
I've been saying that since we got on the air.
Compared to those idiots in New York, which try to tell you how much drink you should drink in a freaking soda.
Well, that's Bloomberg.
You can't even. I mean, if I would have drank a big gulp from a 7-Eleven, I'd be put in jail. That's messed up. 32 ounce.
Yeah, you run to a cigar in jail, especially you.
Yeah, and you.
I don't like when they give me those supersized drinks. I tell them I didn't ask for this. They say, oh, well, it's the same price. I'm like, so you're forcing it down my throat for free. I don't want it. Like the big...
Usually, but I'm surprised. I'm surprised it'd be the same. I'm surprised why some places would have like the same price regardless of the size.
I don't know. They invent their own wheel.
My password.
Every time I go to a McDonald's, they have a different rule to how they run the game. Some of them will actually serve you breakfast after 10 o'clock. A lot of them won't.
Wow. Now, the only place I do know where they serve breakfast after 10 is basically Burger King. Because Burger King, they serve breakfast, at least the one near my house, they serve breakfast until 10:30 a.m.
Yeah.
So if you get there at 10:25, you barely just get there under the wire.
Well, we're trying to get that video up. We could not see Brian in that video, but everybody looked alike. White T-shirt, red bandanas, whatever. The neckerchief, they call them.
Handkerchiefs, neckerchiefs,
neckerchiefs.
Bandanas, yeah. It's going on 10:08 a.m. right now. It's 46 degrees outside of Macon, Georgia, with a high of 62 and a low of 35. Don't let that sunlight fool you, my fellow Middle Georgians. Even though it's nice and sunny, it's going to get really cold outside as the time progresses. Even though we're going to get up to 62, but it's going to drop to 34, maybe even lower in freezing. So if you got some long johns, get them ready. If you got a jacket on, get them ready. And please wear some long sleeve shirts. It's not as windy as yesterday, but definitely keep yourselves nice and toasty.
By the way, Sacred Fiend, you're absolutely right. New York, the cigarettes are $11, and they probably started that. When I was there, it was $10.75. So yeah, maybe it was about $11, maybe $12 a pack. Well, even here in Georgia, they're going up. Now they average $5. Average.
Wow.
All right, there you have it.
There you have it.
We'll be back.
Supposedly.
And you're gonna put us in we're 8 minutes past our.
We already had
break time.
Yeah, we had a break.
We already had it. That was your break. That was the boring ass things that we were.
Oh, that's awful. I thought we were going on break.
No, you're on, man. We're on.
Yeah. All right, Tasha smokes even more. Quit smoking then. Yeah, well, not too stupid.
I got some other news. I guess from CNN. Jordan Lynn Graham has pleaded not guilty to murder and other charges recently. 3 months after she allegedly pushed her newlywed husband off a cliff as they hiked through a national park. Basically, Jordan Lynn Graham was arraigned in a U.S. District Court in Missoula, Montana, 130 miles south of where her newlywed husband, Cody Johnson, fell to his death on July the 7th.
Oh, that's a woman that pushed a guy.
Yeah.
They were just married. Is she getting...
Yeah,
they did her whole thing already? Trial?
Yeah, they're getting ready on a trial. And,
they're getting ready.
Yeah, because she pleaded not guilty because I think basically the victim's next of kin is definitely really ticked off about this.
Now, do you think that, well, obviously she did it on purpose in some way.
Oh, yeah.
It was a purposeful push. But do you think that she realized, or maybe didn't realize, the question is, that there was a cliff? Because I'll tell you why. I spent time on Bear Mountain with my brothers and my cousins when I was very young. And we climbed up Bear Mountain. It took us 6 hours to get to the top of the mountain. Coming down the mountain, we were coming down very late. Very late. In the morning. It was already morning, but it's still dark out. And as we're climbing down, my cousin... Louis, he screams, stop, 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 stop. So we turn around and he goes, don't step any further. And so then he comes over and he starts pointing to the ground. And he goes, you stupid idiots, you see you're going to fall. And we look, and what we thought was a bush was the top of a tree. And there was a cliff. Wow. That went straight down over 150 feet.
Wow.
And we were right on the edge, and we thought we were approaching a bush, but it was the top of a freaking tree.
Where is this again?
So this was in Bear Mountain.
Bear Mountain.
So what I'm saying is, could this girl, this woman who pushed her fiance, her newlywed, her new husband, did she mean to push him over a cliff, or did she mean just to push him down and maybe he fell and it would move on from there? That's my question.
Well, they said they had an argument on the way while they were climbing, so I'm quite sure she meant it. She definitely meant it.
But usually when that stuff happens, it's always the woman that gets killed, right? The stories of a man and a woman fighting, and there's a night they were drinking and they were drunk, and all of a sudden the woman's dead, the man's gone.
Yeah.
You don't really hear about it many times being the woman
and
possibly killing the guy after a night of argument.
Yeah. And if you did, you don't hear actually her going to trial.
Well, no, if you have a trial, they might just let her off. She might get the pussy pass, you know.
Yeah, the vagina voucher.
Yeah.
By the way, Rudy said that was a small tree, or was that Seaflow? No, that was not a small tree. It was the top of a very tall tree that went all the way down.
Irvin's about to rail it to you.
It was
literally
up against that cliff. From the bottom portion of that cliff. It was rising up on the side of a cliff. This big ass tree that only showed if you were on top of the cliff or something that looked like a big bush. It didn't even look like a tree. It looked like a bush. Come to find out that it was the top of a tree that fell. That was a very tall tree. Oh yeah, you did say tall, didn't you? Somehow it's so small.
It's Flippin' Friday.
Yeah,
very tall tree.
Very
about
tall.
100 feet.
Yeah.
At least.
What are you guys doing tonight? What y'all's plans tonight?
Heather and I are going to the play tonight with Elizabeth.
Oh, because you're casted in.
No, we don't have rehearsal tonight. No, we're going to see To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, okay.
A lot of my friends are in To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, really?
We're going to be downtown.
And your daughter's in it?
No, she's going to see it with us. Elizabeth, myself, and Heather are going. We gotta go.
Anyway, let me see. Okay, Bean, last question. What did the troopers in the AK rifles have written on their flak suits?
What did they say?
What does it say? Too much.
Wow.
Ding, ding, ding. You all right?
Yes. I got some breaking news straight from CNN. Some breaking news.
Oh.
Yes, some
little Benet, the little...
JonBenet Ramsey, yes.
What about her now?
Well, it says that years later the court is going to release new details. It says that the little beauty queen that pranced across the stage and into America's heart 17 years ago in heavy makeup was almost like a real-life doll. There have been fame that followed her death, the late little girl, 6-year-old girl JonBenet Ramsey. And the question of who killed 6-year-old JonBenet Ramsey remains unanswered. As of today, Friday, previously sealed court documents could reveal more details on the death of the little girl and who was doing the beauty pageants. Back in 1999, 3 years after her death, a grand jury suggested possible charges against her parents, John and Patricia Ramsey. It said there was evidence that the child was sexually assaulted. According to the court documents, her parents have consistently maintained they had nothing to do with her death. But an analysis of the girl's clothes showed that source of DNA was not a family member, according to the court documents. JonBenet's beaten and strangled body was discovered on Christmas Day in 1996 at her parents' home in Boulder, Colorado. It was the day after Christmas, the day after she got a bike as a gift. That same day, her parents called the police to report a kidnapping, and they said that they found a note demanding a ransom of $118,000 for her return. She was found dead in the basement of their home.
Very sad. All right, some people have different opinions on this. Of course, some believe the mother did it.
Yeah.
Some believe the mother and the father did it. I'm not sure whether everyone really believed.
Well,
that
I knew
the
it had
father
to
did it alone.
they said somebody had to have done it. Well, at least one of them had to have been male because they did found male DNA, some semen.
Yeah.
So somebody male, at least one was in cahoots.
Too much as her brother did it, and the parents covered it up. Or tried to.
We got the video. You
Great.
ready?
We got it.
Okay.
This is Brian
This
video.
is the slow motion I was telling you guys
The
about.
slow-mo video showing Brian getting hit by the bull.
This is Brian taking the bull by the horn.
He gets bumped into another bull, he gets knocked over, and he gets trampled. But he covers up like they tell you to. He said, cover up.
That's crazy.
Watch it. Y'all,
This is the first bull run we've ever had in Georgia, I believe. And
oh no, the Civil War had the bull run, but that was another state. That was another state. Here's Bryant. Okay, everybody watching. Bryant's the guy in the khaki shorts right up here, kind of middle top, getting hit right now.
Ooh, okay.
Watch, he bumps into this one. He bumps into this one. Watch, he's under. Now watch these trample him right here. Far right of the screen.
On the ground.
Bam.
Oh, dang.
Bam. Bam. Yes. Look at him. Bam. Rolls, and there's Bryant.
Laying on the ground.
That's our buddy Brian, our Civil War guy. Used to be on this show a lot. But I guess he's doing all right. I'm gonna try to call him or email him.
See if another one,
this guy goes and helps him.
I just brought it back a little bit.
Good night.
Yeah, but see, watch it. Here's his rewind.
It really,
Brian, white shirt.
There he is on the ground.
Oh, that's afterwards. I was gonna get him to play it again where he was hit.
So he broke his pelvis.
I think so.
Yeah, they said that on the news.
Well, you see that? I think it's the second bull broke his pelvis.
The kid's got get free bells.
I think the second bull's head if you look, smacked Bryant right down the hip and broke his pelvis. I bet that first bull didn't break anything. It just bumped him into the bull to his
Too bad it wasn't somebody on the inside with a camera, too.
Man.
A close-up.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
God, he's got to be hurting. Well, he's young. He'll recover.
Yeah, and
I'd be dead.
You know what he is anyway. He's a pharmacist, so he gets good drugs.
That's what I said.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I said yesterday.
For those of you who don't know Brian has been on our show quite a few times.
He used to come on and sit in.
Yeah, and he would be a sit-in host as well. He's a guy that talks about the Civil War, very educated guy, works at a pharmacy as a pharmacist.
Yeah. Went to the University of Georgia.
Deals drugs.
Went to the University of Georgia. Very, very good guy, cool guy, and now
Melissa's his girlfriend.
Yeah, Melissa is his girlfriend. Now he's got...
He went and did the bull run in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And he got hit. He got the horns.
Now he's got a damaged pelvic.
Other things, man. They got to watch somebody like that. He could end up having some punctured organs in his body too.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's why it's very dangerous. I mean, besides getting gored, he
didn't get gored. You can tell me that the horn never hit him.
Okay.
But the horn never stabbed him.
Well, maybe the part between.
But you can tell that first bull bumped him into that second bull, and that second bull just popped him. And I would bet that second bull broke his pelvic bone.
That must have been scary as hell.
Oh,
laying on that ground, hearing those bulls running.
Oh, I bet you tune out. I bet your adrenaline's going, and you cover up.
And he's covered up.
And I bet it goes so fast that you don't realize it in the moment. But then when you try to get up, the pain hits.
Oh yeah.
Bam.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, it's over. They're past you. The sound's gone, and then, oh fuck, I'm getting up, and something's not right.
There you go. There's your freeze warning for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Here goes Ed again with a great
Thank you for the freeze warning.
Yeah, I know.
Like I said, there's a freeze warning for Baldwin, Bibb Crawford, Hancock, Jones,
Where's he talking
Clinton,
now?
Twiggs, Washington, and Wilkinson County.
Hey,
what university you in at?
Have the things from Lava News.
Thank you.
Just do stupid shit.
Yeah. Yes.
You don't even have to talk.
Like I said, according to the freeze warning will be issued until 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon.
Whew.
So it's gonna be some wing dang doodle weather.
I brought in the wing dang doodle today for the second hour. I was the second hour wing dang doodle. Ed's now the third hour wing. Now Bryant being hit by the bulls, the third hour wing dang doodle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's very sad. I hope he's doing all right. Is he home? Does anybody know?
I don't know if he's home, but he was not. I'm gonna call him or check on him today. He was released from the hospital like 2 days ago. Was my last talk to him online.
Well, they did say that one person got a broken pelvis, so I would bet that's him.
I got C-Flux email, and I'm gonna send Derek the link right now. That way he can refer to it.
What's C-Flux sending us? What's he up about?
Yeah, where's C-Flux?
It just has to
Is he
do with
even on
top
here?
10 stories by 10 a.m. for Georgia.
All right, that'll work. Thank you, C-Flux, but
Saibuki.
you're gone now, so who cares?
Saibuki, what's up over there across the ocean? I want Saibuki to give us a moment of
English.
A moment of news from his side of the world. What you got for us, Saibuki? What's the big story where you are?
Placid, we had worse, a 4-letter word.
Not much, Saibuki.
Not much? Okay. Well, there you go.
Saibuki, there are rarely ever or never any kind of stories about problems with the police over there, is there, Saibuki?
Because they have no guns, right?
Well, that doesn't mean you still can't be. Crooked cop. It'd still be gunless.
Oh yeah,
What's he saying?
Yeah, I forgot the christening. Oh yeah, Prince Charles.
Yeah,
Prince George.
Oh
Prince
yeah,
William's baby
yeah. I
was
saw.
christened.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
so
little kid. He's a cute little kid. Like a Gerber baby.
No.
Yes.
Getting all this royal treatment.
Well, better than his grandfather, looking like a gerbil baby.
Well, I believe
ain't nothing baby about him at all.
Yeah.
He said they don't shoot people, so they don't make news.
Well, I knew they didn't shoot, but I just meant, was there any other kind of scandal going on within the police department or whatever? You remember how they had the big scandal over there that they made a movie about with all the politicians?
Just recently, something with Scotland Yard. There was some bullshit.
Late 70s, the scandal over there with the parliament members.
Yeah. Always something. Yeah, Sambuki. I can tell you're into this conversation. All right.
Sambuki doesn't care.
Yeah, that's what it is. He doesn't care.
Sambuki's like, why the hell are you asking?
That's why he comes on here. He wants to get away from all that boring life.
I don't want to be y'all's Dan Rather over here in England.
I have a question, Saibuki. Is there really a lot of fog in England and London? That's all I'm asking. Is that a metaphor for the people that live there? They live in a fog. The most exciting news is to watch that
freaking
old wench, the Queen.
The Queen.
Strudel in her powder blue suits and her freaking... I have no reason to know why she would carry her bag, lady.
Yeah.
She's always carrying a bag.
All right, Saibuki. He says, I got to pick up the kids, and yes, there's lots of fog.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Have a good day, Saibuki.
All right. See you later, Sai.
Always good to see you.
And your grandkids.
Put your kids on here one time.
There's some crazy people out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Take care, buddy.
Peace.
So.
I love John Lennon.
Yes, I saw him down on the Flaming Pie, and he said to me, "He'll name
Have
his bound to
a
do this with
Queen owning a handbag." Yeah. What the fuck is with you and the Queen owning a handbag? Because I don't understand why she needs one. I don't.
Maybe
why
she got to write a shit.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, what other politician walks around with a handbag?
Maybe she's got some lipstick in there. Maybe she's got some hand sanitizer.
She's got people to do that shit for her.
Hand sanitizer.
You don't need to be carrying a bag everywhere.
But
Yeah,
he's
but
right.
she
Why
gotta
are
come
you
here.
worried about it?
She's gonna pull out.
Yeah, but she got to carry lipstick.
It's
She don't have
annoying.
anyone
I
to
know
carry
you're a
her own
bisexual
lipstick.
man, Irvin, but
It's
still,
'cause it's
why are you worried
annoying.
about a handbag?
Okay. Because it's annoying. It's stupid. She doesn't need to be carrying a bag.
But what if she needs?
And if they're this big, like what lipstick is she gonna put on those ugly, thin lips that she had? Really? How is she gonna make herself look any better?
When she was younger.
She was gorgeous when she was young. But something happened.
But why you bad
Too much
about
makeup. Something.
I think he's hating on that wealth. That's what.
that
money.
I agree.
Shoot. You
be your ass living in that.
Well, let me just say this:
$500 million in my bank account.
The Queen's mother was better looking.
I mean, come on, shoot. We have $600 million in my bank account. I'll be waving like I'm.
You just want to be that princess in the tower.
Yeah.
I'll be waving like those big foam, those big floppy things that they sell those mattress stores, those car lots. Hey, I got money, $500 million.
If Irvin was like in charge, he was like the concierge at Buckingham Palace. Irvin would love that job. That boy would be so polite every time that royalty came down. I could see Irvin. Queen Madam.
You would be, you'd be so
Madam. Irvin would be like,
you'd be at least getting like about $2 million, at least $500,000 a year.
I've seen Irvin get around these local politicians that he thinks are like little hot shots.
Yeah.
And he acts real respectful of them.
Of course, I had the practice in fellowship when I went to church for 22 years.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be seeing it to me.
Yeah, screw you stupid ass. Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah.
You bother me. Get out of here.
Then
the prince come.
He would love having that job.
Hey, how you doing, Prince? How's Apollonia?
I would do that job. Let me tell you something, Derek. I can work a room. All right? Unlike you, who stands in a corner, like wondering, like a deer caught in the headlight. Wallflower. I work a room. And you know where I got my practice? I got my practice in my church during fellowship. That's how you met people. You had to fellowship. So it's not like some of these churches down here where nobody looks at you. And everybody wants to avoid you. And the only thing they may say to you is, hello. And then you walk by them. They want no conversation with you. The church that I went to, that was part of the fellowship, and the worship was fellowship. That was part of it. So we took it very seriously. We made sure we weren't sitting on our butts when we had people coming in and visiting. We had to make sure we went up there, and out of courtesy. Yeah. So that's where I got my I can work a room. I can work a freaking room.
That's why
I'm telling you.
I can see Irvin doing a damn good job being the Queen's personal outside gate man.
Yeah, how are you? Who are you?
Guy that greets everybody that comes in. Or I can see Irvin as being like the head servant. In Downton Abbey they have the ones that live below.
Downton Abbey.
And then the servantry is run by that one guy.
Those servants should get their asses
I could see you being the head servant, master servant, in something like a Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
Imagine Irvin in that.
Imagine
Get your asses in order.
Imagine this. I used to get on people's nerves so hard when they didn't do their job. I swear to you. So help me God. I'm not lying.
You are.
I made 3 people cry one day. Literally. Like break down in tears.
What did you do?
I was so matter of fact and confronting them about not doing their job right that I made these sons of bitches cry. 3 in one day.
Wow.
And I started saying to myself, oh my God, what are you doing? Making people cry.
Male and female or all one gender?
It was 2 males and a female.
Wow.
But the female was the toughest one. But, I knew she was crying. I could hear it in her voice. But it started with one guy, and then I felt kind of bad, and then it happened again, and then it happened the third time with the woman.
What
I don't remember the conversations had to do with the job they were not doing.
Right.
I used to be so frustrated.
Right.
Because I was dealing with a union hotel,
right.
And that's why I think unions suck. I can't stand unions, especially when they're being run by crooked folks, mob in New York. Those scumbags, they don't do nothing, and they want, $15 an hour minimum wage for, let's say, a porter guy, and plus benefits, plus medical, plus this, plus that. But then, God forbid, if you tell that guy who's the porter, we ran out of toilet paper, it'll never get changed. And so I was on top of a lot of that since I was in housekeeping. I had to stay on top of that. Plus the maids bum rushing rooms like this, and leaving hair and not really focusing. How would you like to rent out a hotel room? And at the time it was $175 a night. And you walk in your bathroom and it's pubic hair on the floor. Nobody wants to see that.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
please do.
A pretty high class hotel.
And a lot, and
I'll go ahead and preface it. I got some story. Here's,
hold on. We're still in the middle of what's going on?
Yeah, Irv's got to tell the story.
Okay, go ahead.
Nobody interrupts her.
I'm talking about the hotel and the. By the way, the pubic hair wasn't even pubic hair at all. It was that the women,
Clarence Thomas's hair.
They weren't wearing nets, and it was their hair, but it looked like pubic hair, but it was kinky hair.
Yeah. Didn't we have a Clarence Thomas story the other day?
Yeah.
Oh, that was Clarence Williams.
Yeah, Clarence Williams, not Clarence Thomas.
Yeah,
Squad, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of attention is paid to detail, and I was like
I can see her
son
being
of a bitch when it came to details. I was
because
so bad.
You knew if anything was bad, it would fall on your ass.
No, then I was small, so I used to get under the beds.
Right?
But I used to get under the
You would have caught
beds.
shit from the big management had things been shoddy, right? That's
Oh my God!
That's why you had to get on your workers.
I was. First of all, they loved me for that reason.
Who was your supervisor, direct supervisor? Do you remember the name?
My direct supervisor was the hotel assistant manager.
Right.
Which was just a scumbag who sat around looking pretty all day. He did nothing. And by the way, if you've ever been to hotel hierarchy, I mean, it is like really cutthroat.
Downton Abbey.
You have got to follow that to the letter of the law. If not, you get written up and all this other shit. It is really bad. Really bad. Anybody that's ever worked in a hotel knows what I'm talking about. The politics is horrible. You're the boss. Anything goes wrong that they assume is your job, you got the blame for it.
Yeah, Derek.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the
All right,
story.
what do you got? We'll move on. Go ahead.
Okay.
I liked your hotel stories.
Yeah, there was a story that Ed just sent me about the testing. Test proves that the Roman woman is the mother of this mystery girl.
Yeah, that's a mystery girl who looks like she's a little bit of
looks like one of the feral kids from
Mad
Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Or Road Warrior. Looks like one of the feral kids from Road Warrior.
It says Bulgarian police say
she looks a little albino.
We
That's
don't
what I'm
need
saying.
another hero.
Yes.
We don't need a place to go.
Yes, the three amigos have reunited, Master Meatball.
Yes. Well, we have the video. Well, Ed has the video, so you can.
Ed has a video of the little girl that was caught by those two Egyptians. Whatever.
Oh yeah.
The story we're supposed to read.
Yeah, this is the breaking news. I'm sorry. Bulgarian police said Friday that DNA tests have confirmed that a 35-year-old Roma woman is the mother of a mysterious girl in Greece known as Maria. NBC News reporter Sasha Ruseva spotted the blonde, blue-eyed girl on television after she was removed from a Roma camp in Greece last week, allegedly telling her neighbors that she was the fool who had given the girl up. Her grandmother, Zineb Kasimova, told NBC News that in an earlier interview. Kasimova told NBC News that she's prepared to take the child back if she's proved to be related. They left the child because they have no money at all, said the matriarch, who has about 50 grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Ruseva told Bulgarian TV on Thursday yesterday that she had once left a baby behind in Greece after working there. She said that she didn't have any money and she intended to go back and take her child home. But meanwhile, she gave birth to two more kids, so she wasn't able to go.
You don't ever go anywhere without your child.
So Ruseva and her husband both vanished after being interviewed by investigators. Police told NBC News earlier this morning.
I bet she's learned in that little time she's been with the gypsies. I bet she's learned how to steal like a son of a bitch. I bet she's a master. I bet she's a master thief already. They teach those kids.
The parents are gypsies. They're gypsies.
They teach those kids young.
Yeah,
you're part of the gypsy culture, man. You gotta know how to steal.
You know. Yes, I had, so I got this is a true story.
Swindle,
yeah. This is a true story, so help me God, I'm not kidding. I used to live in
so help me God, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, something like that.
Just before the day was
He's trying to cover all of his bases.
I want to cover all the bases.
He wants to make sure he covers every base.
And I had an apartment that was in a beautiful little house. It was a 2-story house. And I had the upstairs, it had everything. Downstairs was empty. I rented it out, I helped my dad rent it out. My dad stayed there for about a couple of years. Afterwards, he moved with his new wife, and some gypsies moved in. And all of a sudden, you could feel like just the whole neighborhood was like in a shell shock.
We're putting roofs on
of having these people there where they're tearing up the apartment downstairs.
Yeah.
They did their own thing. They put in like pink carpets, pink walls, all this bauble bangled, all this.
So they would have loved the Cherry Blossom Festival.
Oh yeah.
Like stuff that I've never seen in my life. And then they stiffed the landlord like 3 months rent and hid out of town and left that apartment with pink paint and pink rugs,
they don't care.
And broken walls, and all sorts of mayhem.
You know, they have these stores. They have these little. They have these.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
They have these little scams. I think I saw it on an episode a few years of either 2020 or something, where they will go. These gypsy groups will go into a supermarket.
Mm-hmm.
And one or two of them will distract the clerk, and the other one will go steal.
Yeah.
And it's like this big scam that these Roman gypsies have.
Didn't they make the Wolfman?
Yeah.
Wasn't the gypsies the ones that made the Wolfman happen?
Yeah, Madame Apaskaya.
They turned people into wolf people.
Remember? Played by that actress.
No, I'm serious. So they went into all these scams and everything. It was horrible. Then the landlord goes to pick up his rent. They were gone. They left like in the middle of the night. And that was a lot of shit-ass furniture. They had that big, bulky, gigantic furniture.
So did they look gypsy? Did they look it?
Well,
or were they kind of
they look like Mike. They look like Mike. They look like Nick. You know, they look Egyptian.
So they all look like Fred
But they're
Flintstone.
Greek. So, and
Gypsy.
Mike is part Greek.
Gypsy Egyptians.
Mm-hmm.
And Egyptians.
Well, he's Egyptian and Egyptian.
Egyptian.
Jim
Cotta.
Yeah. This is a
prompting
horror
you.
house story? No, it's not.
I think the music's prompting you, Pogo, the first.
Let me say, the beans say how to fix coffee.
Wow. I think it's prompting you. You have to do it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading Bean's comment here. I
You
guess
can't hear
that's
the
more
music.
important.
Like the music's going. Come on, hello.
I don't hear music.
Yeah.
Is it on?
It's on.
No.
Yes, it on.
Well,
you got it?
Loving is knowing. Loving and knowing is the title for today. Our daily bread. Loving and knowing. So, loving and knowing.
I know, I love.
There you go. Julie Ackerman Link wrote this. In a novel by Jonathan Safran Foer, is that right?
Foer.
One of the characters speaking of New York's Empire State Building said, "I know this building because I love this building."
Yeah.
That statement caused me to think about the relationship between love and knowledge. Whenever we love something, we want to know everything about it. When we love a place, we want to explore every inch of it. When we love a person, we want to know every detail of his or her life. We want to know what he likes, how she spends her time, where he grew up, who her friends are, what he believes. The list is endless. But some of us want to be loved without allowing ourselves to be known. We're afraid that we won't be loved if we are truly known. Right, Derek? Mm-hmm. We don't have to worry about that with God. His love is far superior than ours. God demonstrates his own love towards us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Romans 5 verse 8. Furthermore, he makes himself known to us. Through creation, scripture, Christ, God, reveals his character and his love. Because God loves us in spite of our imperfections, we can safely confess our faults in him, or to him rather. With God, we need not fear being known. That's why to know God is to love him. Be still and know that he is God. For the pathway to a steep and rough, he brings, but what he is and will always be enough. There you have it. I said that, I mashed that up. I'll start again. There is no greater joy than to know that God loves us. And your Bible read for today, in Romans chapter 5, verse 8, God demonstrates his love towards us in that while we were still sinners, Derek, Christ died for us. Yes. Even you, Ed.
Romans 5, verse 8.
Thank you. There you have it.
There you have it.
Our daily bread for today, loving and knowing. You know how to love?
Yay!
You know, I'll tell you something.
Who let the fox out?
Let me just say this. Loving and knowing. Okay, loving and knowing.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Thank you. Loving and knowing. Here's a problem about where loving and knowing has something to do with it. People don't know the word love. They really don't know what it means. They think you love, I love the yellow lighter, or I love that building, like he said in the beginning of the story. oh yeah, I love that cake, or I love that picture.
Oh, I love the smell of napalm.
You don't love things. You like things. You love Anthony.
What the fuck say?
And you like that song.
What the earth
You don't
say?
love that song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The word love means what? It's an action word. You love somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You don't love cake. Oh, I love that.
You strongly like cake.
You strongly like it,
but you don't love it.
When you start to look like a
you
fat
can't
slob,
marry. You can't marry cake.
You're obsessed with it.
You can love cake.
Yeah.
You could love cake.
Yeah, well, listen, I knew
The
a
Prince
guy
loves
that banged
cake.
this teddy
Yes,
bear
the
in
Prince
one of
is
those
very
home
cake.
nursing homes.
It's cake.
Oh, cake. I'm sorry.
No, I'm serious.
I love
too.
cookies and cream, ice cream.
No, you don't say.
Well, I adore cookies and cream ice cream.
No, DB, no. I don't believe that much. I don't believe DB loves cake and cookies, do you?
That's it. Master Meatball says it. Love is a state of mind that nurtures, teaches, shares, forgives, heals, and is patient with yourself and others. Very well put, Meatball.
And what did you rip that off of, Meatball?
By the way, Too Much says, I loved my teddy bear when I was 2. It was real love. Oh. Well, I know somebody that I gave a teddy bear to, and he ran a hole in it and stuck his wing wang in it. He was banging that teddy bear.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That was in New York.
So you wanted a bear, huh?
I don't know.
Damn, that's kind of creepy.
I didn't know that's what he was going to do with the stinking bear.
Creepy, freaky, deep.
They put
That's the wing dang doodle right
no, it wasn't a blow-up bear. It was a regular little teddy
You
bear.
gave it to him as a gift?
And it was me and one of the other KSAC women.
They made it
She got it because she got it, and then I gave her some money for it beforehand. It was his birthday. I said, here, here's a couple of bucks.
You're talking a tall bear like this?
It was about that big.
Yeah.
And he had the same, so she picked it out, and the bear had the same face as this kid. It looked just like the kid. That's why we laughed when we gave it to him. It was a great time. We gave it to him, in his birthday party.
Wow.
Well, about a week later, she finds him banging the bear at night. And what he did was he lined it on the inside. He lined it with a disposable rubber glove. So he had a rubber glove inside that bag. In the belly of that teddy bear, and he was banging that teddy bear.
All right, all together, y'all. Teddy Fuckspin.
Yeah, well, believe it or not, here's the traumatic part of this whole story. When shit like that used to happen in this homestead,
so that's what he
it was an alternative.
That's what he collected the jism.
You had to confess it. You had to now confess it in front of the whole house.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, of course he had to. We
how did he
caught
say
him,
it?
or she caught him.
How did he say it?
He had to confess it because one of the things you learn about kids when you're giving them therapy is if they start acting out, they have some form of guilt inside of them.
Right.
Whether it's
so
irrelevant,
how do they say it?
whether it's irrelevant guilt or not, they have some guilt.
Oh yeah,
American Pie.
American Pie.
But look, how did he say it? If you don't mind me asking.
How did he what?
How did he confess it? How did he say? What word did he use? Did he go? He didn't say
I had I had sex with my teddy bear.
And that's all he said.
And then all the other kids start laughing and they start questioning him. But then we shut him up. We tell him, no laughing. This is not funny. This is not funny. This is very serious. Anybody thinks that this is a joke.
Irvin, what do you call that? Do you think that's a very screwed up mental
I think the kid was just lonely.
How old was the kid?
About 14.
Oh, wow. So he just hit that time. He basically just hit that time where he was ready to get a little...
No, then you had 18-year-olds in there too. I mean, that place was
around 13 or 14.
It was from
when I hit that.
That place was from 13 years old, not 12. 13 to 19 years old.
I think I first masturbated at 13 or 14. Is that about right for you guys? Honestly, I think it was around 13 or 14 that I first masturbated.
That's your first what?
Masturbated. Isn't that rather where you change?
13,
where
14?
You hit puberty and all? You got
No, I was a little younger.
Really? I was about.
Use your right hand or your left hand?
I was 13, I think.
I think that question was asshead. I want you to know if I'm a righty or a lefty.
I think I was 13 when I first masturbated.
Yeah.
Master debate.
I like how DB's ignoring this.
DB wants to stay out of it.
And DB's like, I just did it 4 hours.
DB doesn't
ago.
masturbate.
I got here. I was living in the Senadora.
That's Farrah Fawcett posted. For us, it was Raquel Welch in 10,000 Years BC.
The cave woman outfit.
Yeah.
Farrah Fawcett or the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
Shit, I had different things I would look at.
Let me see. Master Meatball, I had sex with Teddy, but it was barely.
Derek, it was Bobby Parton.
Yeah.
Bobby
Parton. How would that go?
Bobby Parton.
And I know you don't drink, but man, you need to get off. You need to get off that stuff, man. I'm just saying.
Whatever, how you have it, Jesus, I want some of that shit. There, what?
Almost fell right there.
Yeah. There we go. I love it. Let me see.
You missed the sports too. You already missed the sports.
You were lucky one if you missed
too
the
much.
sports.
Yeah, good thing.
But there is a story that I do have. Basically, was saying that bullied.
Imagine having black coffee with no sugar. Ugh.
That sounds like a 70s exploitation movie.
You sound like a very racist joke in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sound like somewhere where like Clarence Williams. Like I'm just waiting for like some 70s exploitation. I'm waiting for like Jim Brown and Fred Wilson and Pam Grier just to come out of nowhere.
Antonio Fargas walk around the corner.
Yeah.
Fucking Melvin Van Peebles.
Yeah.
Sweet backs.
Badass coffee.
I love that.
I didn't realize I said that.
I remember renting that movie at Blockbuster in like 86, I think. I rented that from Blockbuster.
Yes, I was a horse
Raymond,
jockey.
Georgia.
Wow.
Sweet backs. Badass song.
Goodness.
It was a pretty cool movie.
I didn't even.
You like it?
I love this rambling
it
on
went to like
English
1990, 91 to like just seen it. Then
it was one of the ultimate like cheap made movies that was cool.
Yeah,
You know
I think it was like
he did it for a real low budget.
And actually made some money.
Man.
It was the first. Yeah, it was the first blaxploitation movie. It came out like before. I think that's why that's when it launched Shaft and Superfly and all these.
And Mario Van Peebles is in it as a little baby. In the very beginning of Sweetbacks, Melvin's dad is named out. He was single. He was that woman that put his lover, wife, and she's in there, naked or showing boobs at least.
This is like right now a conversation dump.
And it's Mario Van Peebles.
None of this shit.
Melvin put his little son. He's at the very beginning of Sweetbacks, badass song.
Slowly they sweep the rocks right away. On my way to where the air is safe. Can you tell me how to get through that trees?
This is near, and this is far. This is Grover.
1,
2, 3 jackasses.
Alright, way down in D.A. Jungle Deep, the badass line stepped in the
Signifying monkey's feet. Dolomite, 1974.
Is that right?
Thank you very much. Yes, that was Rudy Ray Moore's line in Dolomite.
The Bean in the house.
She knows the exploitation flicks.
DB reciprocate.
No,
you know what your answer, because you're not gonna get a blaxploitation question past DB.
Muhammad,
You won't get many trivia questions.
you want a song that sticks to your brain? Ed, play that Fox song.
You're not gonna get a blaxploitation.
That shit's been in my brain.
Piece of trivia past time.
That Fox song.
Throw it at me.
I say, pay attention.
We need that. That's what we need. New segment, Stump DB. Every show, there's got to be a segment where somebody in the chat has to try to stump DB from a question.
What does the fox say?
Now that shit sticks in your head.
What does the fox say?
Whether you're taking a piss or taking a dump
Well, I do have a
yeah.
story now. What do you think about like Little League giving out trophies and stuff?
Oh, you mean everybody?
I don't give a
I
flying
hate
hell.
that shit.
They give
I hate when they give a trophy
Giving out
to
trophy to everybody in Little League.
All that politically correct crap now. When I was doing sports, and you too, I'm sure, all of you, Ed, the fucking winners got the trophy.
I give
And
the
you
kids
were
a
lucky
trophy.
if you got
What's
a
a big
runner-up
freaking
trophy
deal?
because you were the second place.
Give the kids a trophy.
But nobody under that got a goddamn trophy. And when I was young.
Yeah.
Now, because when we got one, what did we get? They got the trophies, and then the other people would get like a little, like their letter or whatever for their jacket. Everybody would get their letter for their jacket if it was there.
Yeah, well, they're still getting something.
But then you would not get a trophy unless you were the winner.
Yeah.
You're right. So you know how I feel about it. I think it's bullshit they give everybody a trophy.
Well, here's something about this is from CNN about bullying did not happen on a Texas football field. Now, some parents think that that this Texas is known for football, especially high school football.
Yes.
And football in Texas is just as popular as breathing to that state. I mean, Georgia loves it, but Texas really loves it. But this
whoopsie, break it down.
Yeah. Who asked you?
I love it.
Jeez. Who asked you?
That's a new good one. Is that
Well,
your first time
anyway.
using that? Is that your first time using that? That's going to be a staple. That's going to be a staple in the sound effects for the morning roast.
Dang.
Well,
this past Friday, Aledo High School beat Western Hills High School. They beat them 91-0. There's like 13 touchdowns.
Yeah, that sounds like hanging out in a room with Chor Chav, David Kuzno.
Yeah.
Well, they're not scared of you.
91-0.
Scared of what you represent.
13 touchdowns. And Tim
All
Buchanan.
we represent to them, man, is somebody needs a haircut. What you represent to them is freedom. What the hell's wrong with freedom, man? That's what it's all about. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's what it's all about, all right. We're talking about it. And being
Yes, I recognize
it's
that.
too.
They're not scared. And Jack Nicholson. And Jack Nicholson.
But anyway, it says that the coach for the Lido High School pulled his first string team
Whatever.
in the first quarter.
Whatever.
And he played his third string team for most of the game. He allowed the clock to run continuously for the second half. Even though his team has a 7-0 record this year, they've beaten their opponents by an average of 77 points.
Yeah.
And, but yet a dad somehow is...
That was great.
A dad from whose son is playing on the losers team decided to file a bullying complaint against Tim Buchanan, the coach of the winning team. He says, first Tim thought it was a joke to coach Tim Buchanan, but then he read the complaint, then he read it again, he realized that anything linked to bullying is no laughing matter. The coach is not a bully, but the dad who filed this claim does not understand the seriousness of bullying. But because the dad did not consider how ridiculous this is, he's seriously bullying. How serious bullying truly is today. Yet decided ways to report against a football team's loss. The dad did not consider that now this is national news and the kids of the losing team are probably getting more negativity than ever
Guys,
before.
I want to check on me in here. I'm about to string myself up with this electric cord.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So they're basically saying basically they're calling this a thing. Basically, this is a false bullying report. So do you think that dad just went a little bit too overboard and is mad that his son's team lost 91-0?
As much as an elephant eats. What are you at? Getting terribly fat.
The question you asked me about how do I feel about everybody getting a trophy?
Well, the thing is,
I didn't see the connection.
well, the connection is that people love football, well, at least Texas, and the thing is, to think this guy was a little oversensitive that his son's team lost.
So you're comparing the sensitivity.
Yes.
You want to give a trophy to everybody, otherwise it's not sensitivity. He might have been a little overzealous. He might have been a little
I'm overwhelmed.
sore because of that 91-0 spanking.
I'm overwhelmed with lethargy.
Too much deserve an ant walk out.
Well,
yeah, bye.
I got some. I'll go ahead with
You better have a wink dang dougal after that one.
Well, yes, the word origins, matter of fact.
Oh!
Trying to kill this off. In fact, today's word of the day is euthanasia.
Yes.
mercy
that's what
killing,
it felt like.
which I've been trying to do when I ever go do sports.
That's young people in China, right? Euthanasia.
You know what the worst part of all this shit is? That he laughs.
Drunk and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
It's so insulting.
It's so bad.
The words of Anthony Harris are his and his alone. It does not reflect the views of Irving Martinez, Derek Bird, Ed Nightbinder, Mark Vaughn Live TV, The Morning Roast, or the World Wide Web.
Yeah.
We're the only white people here.
If you haven't figured out yet, my sense of humor is atrocious.
Yeah. I need a... Bean says I need a Xanax.
Took the words right out of my
mouth. For God's sake, I need one.
Okay. The words of, well, the word origins of euthanasia.
Right. Young people in China.
Is it supposed to be this soft?
Etymologically, euthanasia means good death. And that was more or less its signification when it was introduced in English. It says, give me but gentle death, euthanasia. Euthanasia, that's all I implore, by Tatler in 1709. The modern use of the word mercy killing seems to have originated in the 1860s. The first recorded use of it was by William Lecky in his History of European Morals in 1869. The term is borrowed from the Greek euthanasia, a compound based on the prefix eu, meaning good, and thanatos, meaning death. And there you have the word of the day. Euthanasia. And who said this first?
People.
And who said this first? The opera's not over until the fat lady sings, so it has nothing to do with Queen Elizabeth.
The opera isn't over.
What would you do with your brain if you had one?
Is that from Marx Brothers?
Oh no.
Or is it from Melba? Dame Nellie Melba. Go ahead.
It says, in 1976, Fabia Rue Smith and Charles Rayford Smith published Southern Words and Sayings, a collection of old sayings from the southern states of the U.S. It included apparently familiar expression, church ain't out until the fat lady sings. Sports instructor Ralph Carpenter of the Texas Technical University may have known the saying prior to that publication in that same year. During a tense tie in a basketball match playoff, Carpenter made what was presumed to be his own variation of the existing saying, the operating over till the fat lady sings. The Carpenter's remark was heard by comparatively few people at the time, but was later published in the Dallas Morning News in March of '76. The remark reached the knowledge of San Antonio sports writer Dan Cook, who in May 1978 spoke the line during a televised sports match. This, in turn, was seen by celebrated sports broadcaster Dick Motta, who took a liking to the expression, and one thing led to another, and the term went into use worldwide. None of the men involved claimed to have invented that phrase at the line, or that line, but it is clear that Dan Cook's use of it on television in 1978 created the opening that put it into general circulation.
Do I make you horny,
That's
baby?
where I thought.
Oh.
I thought it had something to do with the opera singer, Dame Nellie Melba.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're right. As far as the dogs running around the neighborhood, we've had that problem now for a while. We still have 2 dogs that run around this neighborhood all the time. And I'm sure that you have a couple of dogs in your neighborhood running around all the time, because we have a dog problem here in Macon, Georgia. They have not gotten that under control whatsoever.
Well, Urac, he was asking about the ones missing from the shelter, right? Yeah, Urac, they got all the dogs that were missing from the shelter. They did recover them all.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm quite sure that the reward, which is now at $18,000, it probably will be getting bigger.
I just think the longer it takes for someone to come forward, the more likely it's going to be a cold case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, it's like the longer there's no
Yeah.
results, then it's just not going to matter.
Well, the award is $18,000.
Give yourself to the dark side.
Catch those scumbags and bring them to justice. It's a terrible thing they did to those little dogs.
That's pretty scummy what they did.
They don't do anything to anybody.
Wow,
Whoever did that.
time.
Pretty fucking
Yes.
scummy.
Just flew by.
Oh, I got to get out of here.
Yes, it's
Cut us
11:02.
off.
All right, there we go.
It's
It's 11:02.
Just want to say thank you for all
Wow.
our
Happy
viewers and
Friday.
listeners.
Happy weekend, everyone.
Thank you, Master Meatball, Cal 3000, Plastic Canvas, The Bean, Too Much, Uric Wildcat, Tupacalypse Now, Muhammad, Hussein, Mr. Peace Talker, Smell My Finger, Watchdog 1, Example 1, thank you, Donnie Curry, Saibuki, and also T.L. Wilson, who was here earlier on the show. Thank you for watching, and we'll hopefully see you Monday. And until next time, this is Irv, Ed, and Ant, who's here.
Yes, Slim Sim.
And DB saying,
not him.
Can you smell what the roast is brewing?
See you guys Monday.
Bye-bye.
Don't forget to watch SmackDown on the Sci-Fi Channel.
And forget to watch SmackDown. See you.
Hit on to Beat the Roast.
Listen, go fuck your mother.
You gotta be the host.
Bastard. And you're an idiot. Sitting on the phone, calling out, making phone calls. You miserable motherfucker. I hope you fucking Ron Nail, you piece of shit. Your mother's a fucking whore. You're an asshole. You're a stupid loser, you fucking idiot. And go shove the fucking pizza down your throat. I want nothing, you piece of fucking shit. Goodbye.
Have a good weekend, horse.
That was fun.